Hello boys and girls, and welcome to the pre-stream stream. This is where the cool kids hang, and I know I'm an hour earlier than I said I was going to be yesterday. Sometimes times change, and I got out of work a little bit earlier than anticipated, and I don't know what made me think that it being pancake day, that meant I had to start the stream an hour later, because pancakes are much quicker to cook than a normal meal. So we were done by like 6 o'clock. I've been sat around doing nothing for 20 minutes. I probably could have started even earlier, but thought, no, you know what? I'll have a nice, relaxing extra poo. So I did that instead. Sometimes I think I overshare a little bit. In light behind me news, as you can see, it's still not working. I'm a little bit worried that it's broken. I haven't had a chance to pull everything out and check all the connections yet, but I've tried turning it off and on again, and that's not worked. So I'm a little bit worried that the light behind me might be no longer with us, and I think it's now just over a year old as well, so that would be typical if it's just gone past its warranty period. And now I think that costs like 150 quid. I really don't want to have to buy another one, but it does look very bare behind me without that awesome bit of backlighting, so I might not get the exact same thing again. We'll figure out something else to light me from behind. For now, I've moved Pac-Man over slightly so you can see Pac-Man from both camera angles rather than just the one that you could see him from before. Duke Nukem, thank you very much for the sub. 11-month streak. That is some impressive work. It's alarming how long I've been back on Twitch now. We had someone on a 12-month streak last night. Apparently I've been streaming regularly again for a year. I think that's my longest run ever. I guess I'm officially a streamer now. Do Brits have TMI? We do, but I don't have any filter, so yeah. Do a bet if Kev will leave tonight. That's in the hands of the mods. I mean, I'll try to, but if you've seen the announcement of the stream on Twitter, you'll have seen that we've already been turned down for the Shelbourne job that I applied for towards the end of last night's stream. So I don't think it's very likely we're going to be leaving. We shall have to see how the stream pans out. I think as and when we leave Wales, we are probably going to have to start a little bit lower in one of the other setups rather than going. I assumed we could go Welsh Premier League, Northern Irish Premier League, Irish Premier League, and then into like League One or the Championship in Scotland. I feel like what we're probably going to have to do is, once we've finished Welsh Premier League, once we've decided we are moving, we're probably going to have to go to like tier 2 or 3 in Northern Ireland and work up over there again. Disgrace. When is the showdown back? Next weekend. Not the weekend at the end of this week. Next week. So the end of next week. So Thursday, Saturday, Sunday next week. I can't remember the exact dates. We should probably update the Streamer Showdown thing so people know when it is. The Streamer Showdown command. It's the 25th, 27th, 28th of this month is the Streamer Showdown. Got an N64 and Zelda Ocarina of Time today. Wow. I love the N64. Never been into Zelda. Never finished a Zelda game. Never really enjoyed a Zelda game. Did I suggest playing 3 at the back in the Arsenal video today? I didn't suggest it. Other people have been suggesting it. Not a chance I'm going to do it. Do I look Spanish to you? I'm not going to play 3 at the back, but it certainly has been suggested to me by a few people. Soon to be Kevy 6 times. I haven't got that emote ready. We might have to get that ready. We had 4 and 5 ready. After I won it for the 3rd time, the guy who makes the emotes for me made 3, 4 and 5 together, which I thought that's some confidence for you. I'm having my Kevy 5 times emote done when no one else, when I've only won it 3 times and no one else has ever won it more than once. Hero over here. Yeah, as G74Y says, last weekend of the month is going to be Streamer Showdown all year long apparently. So I do need to clarify with Ben the exact definition of last weekend of the month, because there is a weekend at some point. It might be the end of April. It's the end of April, where the last Thursday of the month is the 29th, but then it's the 1st and the 2nd of May. So is it that week or is it the week before? I'm not entirely sure. So I need to clarify exactly what last weekend of the month means. Does it have to be like last Sunday of the month and then you work back from there? I need clarification. I need a definition. But yeah, if you block out the last weekend of the month to watch that, you'll generally be pretty safe. But Shall we not dwell too much on the Streamer Showdown? We've got some important business to attend to this evening. Let's jump into the game, because it's going to be a busy stream. If you've not been in the last couple of streams, you might not be fully up to date with the save. We're now at the end of season 4. This was a UK and Ireland non-League to Legend style thing / journeyman kind of thing. With a twist, I started unemployed, with the only rule being I couldn't start in England. So we started unemployed. The first jobs we were offered were in Wales. So to Wales we did go. We got the job at LLANELLI partway through the first season. Ended up finishing, that was the first season, we ended up finishing 3rd in the second tier in that first season. We were like 14th when I got the job. Second year though, we did win it and got promoted to the Premier League. First season in the Premier League we finished 3rd. This season just gone, we also finished 3rd. TNS are all conquering and it's very frustrating, but we did win the Welsh Cup. So we are back in the Europa Conference League for the second year in a row, which is excellent stuff. And we're now going to be doing a summer of transfers, trying to replace some of the players who are going to be leaving, like Andy Reid, the little fat moron who doesn't want to come back to us on loan next season, whilst also carefully observing the job screen. Use your words, Kev. The job hunt. I might see, I've got all of the Irish, Northern Irish and Scottish leagues available on there. There's got to be a job come up at some point, but we applied for that Shelbourne job last night, and just like with TNS earlier in the year, we've applied after the interview process is over. I've got to be a little more lively to getting these job applications done a little bit earlier. Dave's barking. I've just realised he's not in here. Dave, what are you doing? Get in here. Dave, come on. You can stay in here. That way, no woofing. Right, so we have literally just won the Welsh Cup. We did it right at the end of last night's stream. So we're just getting all of the news stuff about that. And I think it's European qualification. We haven't actually had confirmation of that come through, I don't think. Which is a little bit alarming, because we're not showing on... Oh, no, there you are. We are now showing. The last time I looked, we weren't showing as being qualified for Europe, but we are now. So we are qualified for the Europa Conference League. Beautiful. Right, what's going on in the chat? Expect less viewers, Champions League is on. I mean, if anyone's watching the Champions League rather than watching me, they've got to get their priorities right. Why would anyone want to watch real football when you could be watching a transfer special? People got to get their priorities sorted. We've just been given another increase in wage budget. We already had one of the biggest wage budgets in the league. It's going to get to a point soon where I'm going to struggle to use not being full-time as an excuse. If we go on to detailed team stats and have a look at salaries, we're already paying more salaries than anyone other than TNS. I mean, we're still not going to be paying as much as they are, and they've obviously got the advantage of training every day as well, whereas we can only train twice a week. But we certainly have more financial pull than anybody else. What the hell is this? Why are we in a European Places playoff semi-final when we've already qualified for Europe? We didn't have to do this last year. What is going on here? I mean, what does the European Places playoff do? We're already in Europe. I don't understand. Hollandinho, thank you for the sub. I've just checked, we can't upgrade to the Europa League. There's 1 Champions League spot and 3 Europa Conference League spots. There's no Europa League spot. So, yeah, do we get to double dip? We get re-entered after we get knocked out of it. That'd be nice. I'd like that. Oh, Posh have just equalised. Yeah. I think if you altered your Arsenal tactic to a more balanced 4-3-3 with a holding midfielder, that's just, I mean, I mean, I'm not even going to respond to stuff like that anymore. I'm just going to make that noise. Anytime someone suggests I do anything defensive, Anna's going to love that. Don't suggest I go defensive. I need to learn how to spell that. Go defensive. You don't become Kevy 5 times by defending. Might be me versus the cup winners. We are the cup winners. Go 9 up top. That's more like it. That's a more reasonable suggestion than playing a defensive player. Any tactical suggestions? Just get Little Zealand out. I could do. That's not a bad shout. Defending. Do I look Spanish to you? Exactly. 2 at the back. Rory Delap and João Pedro as 2 advanced forwards. We've got to get Rory Delap out of retirement. Can't we just play his son? He's quite good. Instead of 5 at the back, how about 5 up front? That is more reasonable, I think. I think every time we see someone playing 5 at the back, we should go 5 up front. Just to show them who's boss. They're going to play 5 defenders. Let's put 5 attackers on them. We haven't had the season review or anything because we're waiting for this weird game that it looks like we're genuinely going to have to play. Have I recovered from the posh flatback 7? No, and I never will. I am absolutely sickened by it. I don't think I've ever been as furious as I was with that flatback 7. Oh, so angry. Just ignore it. You won't have to play it. It's a glitch. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to play it. I mean, we played Connor's Key 5 times last night. We now get to play him one more time. But it doesn't matter because we're already in Europe. I mean, what happens... See, now this is the problem. What happens if we win this European spot playoff when we're already in Europe? So it's us and the 3 teams below us. Because we've won the cup and finished in the top 3... we're now playing off for the spot that would go to 3rd. So if we win this as well, are we going to break the entire save? I'm kind of want to just find out. So I think we might have to try and win it. This should be interesting. Then we should get to double dip. Thought Kev was going to throw something when he saw the Peterborough formation. I was tempted to. I can't believe they've... I mean... What's his name? Miliaccio. He's on every... He's the most recommended player on every scout report I get with Arsenal. Now, obviously, I don't need him at Arsenal because I've got Almada, I've got Pedri. I don't need to sign another attacking midfielder, but he is listed every single time as the #1 wonder kid I should go out and throw money at, and they played a system that doesn't even use him. Oh my word. I can't understand the mentality of playing football like that. I would rather lose the football match than play the way they played. Awful. Can't even blame a modded database for this European playoff breaking the save. This is bog standard FM. Yeah, exactly. We haven't messed with it at all, deliberately, to avoid the save breaking. So if we break the save, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Have I got plans for another content clinic stream? I think I might do them once a month. I think if we do it any more often than that, it's going to be overkill. I haven't spoken to Ben, see if he wants to come back and do it again, or whether we maybe drag someone else in and have a rotating cast. We'll have to see. Did you hear that notification come through, by the way? I'm fiddling with the volume again. Glimmer Twin, thank you very much for the sub. I haven't broken the save yet, but we're now in a European qualification playoff, even though we've already qualified for Europe. So if we win the playoff, I don't know what the game's going to do. Is it 2-1 Posh? That hasn't even come through on my watch yet. Who scored this time? Is it Big Johnson again? I should really start having the matches on when I'm streaming. We seem to play a lot when I'm streaming at the moment. They may give the 3rd Euro spot to who comes 2nd if you win because you already have the spot. Then what's the point of the playoff? Just give it to whoever finished 4th anyway. It seems silly that we've already qualified and we're having to play in this. We should probably just step aside and let Connor's Key go through. But they spoilt our season because we had to play them so many times that I don't really want to. Dembele, excellent stuff. Beautiful. That's job search. Not started yet. Well, I say we've not started yet. We applied for Shelbourne and they turned me down immediately. There's nothing else available. So we shall wait and see. That is a lovely finish. At the moment, we're playing in a European qualification playoff, even though we've already qualified for Europe. This is the semi-final of it too, so who knows what's going to happen. When the third place team wins the cup, the fifth and sixth place team should play for the right to face the fourth place team in the final. You would think, but that's not how it's working, it seems. When you go to Ireland, go to I can never say their name. They're the best Irish team. They're my local team. But I can't go from one team I can't say to another team I can't say. I need to go somewhere I can actually say. I seem to only watch you play Connor's Key. It certainly seems like that. Clark Harris scored for... He scored the first, didn't he? Dundalk. Okay. When Big Johnson was at Bury on loan, me and a mate of mine were... That disappeared. Oh, we're good mates with him and played a lot of pool and FIFA with him. Stayed in contact for a few years. Really nice guy. So talented at all sports. Lovely stuff. When would that have been? Because I know when he was with us as a youngster, we kept him about a year and then binned him off because apparently his attitude wasn't right. So it's interesting to hear someone saying that he was a nice chap. I mean, by all accounts, he is now. He's sorted himself out, and that's why we've brought him back. But going back probably 7 or 8 years ago, not so much. We binned him off very quickly. I think he'd been released by Coventry because they'd had enough of his nonsense. We took him, had him for a year as like a 17, 18-year-old, released him because we were done with his nonsense. And then at some point since, he's turned himself around. He scored the second as well, did he? Apparently, it's conflicting reports whether it's Big Johnson or Dembele. Either way, what matters is we're 2-1 up. Hooray! Both in game and in the real game. Fantastic. Right, come on. Ugh! Oh, yes. Ugh! Ah! Oh! Lovely. 30th goal of the season for Robbie. Ugh! Maybe he stopped playing FIFA and started playing FM. Maybe that's what it was. Who knows? It's being classed as Dembele. Okay, fair enough. It doesn't really matter. Like I say, as long as we win the game, I don't care if they're all own goals. It was in 2013. We had him on loan from Coventry. Nice guy, but I can see why, in football terms, you may seem cocky. He played pool one-handed, I remember. Wow. Yeah, so that would have been before he was released from Coventry, I guess. And then we had him and released him. But then he's since been back to Coventry as well, hasn't he? I think. He's been a bit of a journeyman, but we wouldn't have thrown all that money at him this summer just gone if we weren't convinced he was different. I mean, let's face it, we've got the same manager now as the one who released him because he fell out with him. So he obviously convinced Fergie that he'd changed and he was worth going with again. Can you get all your goals out of the way before the weekend, please? No, we're trying to get promoted. Although I guess can't get promoted now because I promised Tom FM we wouldn't. Old Tom FM. Oh, what another lovely goal! Another lovely goal. Today was going to be a late start, and then it wasn't. This is why you should all follow me on Twitter, because then you'd know when things change. Basically, I'll always try and start early unless I have to start late, because finishing streaming at 11 means I'm not asleep until gone midnight, and then when the 6 o'clock alarm goes off, that's a bit rubbish. Whereas finishing streaming at 10, I can be asleep by like 11, half 11ish, and get close to a human's night's sleep. Careful, what save shall I do? Play as Hanetli. I refuse to use Twitter or anything else for that matter. You're literally using Twitch right now. You're using something right now. You only promised Lincoln would win the league. Did I? I can't remember the full terms of the promise. So Posh can go up in second, is what you're telling me. That's all right then. I do prefer these new early starts. So do I. Oh, I wouldn't have lasted very long. It was ruining me finishing at 11 and having to be up at 6. I got an email today saying I've got another 3 months of NordVPN as I bought on their birthday. So I got 26 months for £70. So that is awesome. A true content creator would have also said to hit the subscribe and the bell. What, on Twitch? On Twitch? Obviously do that on YouTube. As Shady says, NordVPN is a great deek. I feel like that. I want that on a t-shirt. For every time I do a brand deal, just sit there in a t-shirt that says, it's a great deek. I want it. I think that would be perfect. How are we doing this now? Why weren't we doing this earlier in the season? We're now thumping teams when it just doesn't matter. I need to spell check everything I put on here now. Yeah. Twitch has subs and notifications too. Yeah, but I've only been on Twitch 4.5 years. I don't really know how it works yet. I still don't really understand Twitch. The big difference between Twitch and YouTube for me is I watch YouTube. I don't really watch Twitch. So I still don't really know how it works. I love these starts. Work till 8, just get an hour of free listening. Oh, lovely stuff. Pressure is off the players now, so it seems. So I guess we're now playing this European playoff final. Just to see if we're just trying to break the game at this point. That's all it's about. We want to try and break the game. Is this the first win against Connors Key this season? I don't think so. So we played them 5 times last night. A draw, a defeat. There you go. We beat them there. Then we drew against them there. And then we beat them again there. So of the 5 times we played them last night, we won 2. It's like in the last 24 hours, we've played Connors Key 6 times. It's absurd. I thought you were streaming at 8. Yeah, I streamed at 7 instead. You should follow me on Twitter to make sure you're fully up to date with when I change my mind. I was ready at 7. So I just thought, we'll go at 7 then. On that note, I'm probably going to be able to start at 7 again tomorrow as well, even though I said 8 all week. So we can probably do 7 tomorrow. Thursday will definitely be 8. But I think tomorrow can probably be 7 as well. But I guess just keep an eye on Twitter and I'll let you know one way or the other. The Arsenal save is falling apart. Nah, it's not. We'll be fine. I got a job in the top tier of Northern Ireland with a half-star reputation, moving from a 1-star team to a 1.5-star team. Well, why is no one offering me anything then? Maybe save before this match in case of a crash. No! I want to see what happens. I'm willing to take the risk. We'll crash it. Keep Wolfman at the club. I mean, I guess we could keep Wolfman here. He's useful to bring off the bench. If he's free, we'll keep him for another year. £90 a week. We can keep Wolfman for £90 a week. Dave, what are you doing? Get off my... He's sat on Orange Cassidy. Get off my wrestlers, Dave. They're not for you to put your buttocks on. Ridiculous animal. Do, 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 do. Bum, 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 bum. Come on, let's just tickle everybody under the chin. Give them all a lovely old tickle. Come on, tickle time. Has anyone ever had a warm weather training camp accepted? Yeah, all the time with bigger clubs. So what toppings do I have on my pancakes? Sugar and lemon, because I'm a normal human. That's the correct thing to have. Just watched the Arsenal video. I'm very surprised you haven't been sacked after yesterday's video. There's no way I'm getting sacked. We won the Europa League.
I feel like I'm having a nosebleed, lol.
Slender Zombie, thank you very much for the sub. Why do you feel... Why are you having a nosebleed? I don't understand. I won't have any of your extravagant pancake nonsense. The correct thing to have on pancakes is sugar and lemon. Okay, long-time viewer, first-time chatter. I was hoping I could share a link to my university dissertation survey looking into online versus class learning. It's a Google form link. Could I share it? You physically can't share it because it will stop you from sharing a link. If you ask one of the mods very, very nicely and you catch them in a good mood, then they might do it for you. So apparently this is a massive match, according to the Team Talk. It's utterly irrelevant because we've already qualified for Europe, but it's a massive match. How was the Biscoff spread? I didn't actually have any on my pancakes because I just wanted real pancakes. But I had a finger. I fingered it a little bit. It's pretty good. It'll go nicely on some toast. Not on this side of the pond. Yeah, but on that side of the pond, you don't even have proper pancakes. You have these weird, thick, doughy, squidgy things. They're not pancakes. I did start in the second tier of Northern Irish football and moved to the top tier. Ah, okay, that's why then. It's moving abroad that's the difficulty. Have I seen an IHOP? No, because we don't have them in the UK. On UK style pancakes, i.e. pancakes, lemon juice, but on American style, i.e. not pancakes, bacon and maple syrup. I can get on board with that, yeah. Everyone should play FM like you. You're an inspiration to us all. That true words have never been spoken. Thank you very much. It's not just that everyone should play FM like me. Everyone should just live their lives by the Kev code. You should all aspire to be more Kev. There you go. You've got a survey to fill in. Do your homework, boys and girls. What is this game? This is the European qualification playoff final. Even though we've already qualified for Europe by winning the Welsh Cup. And if we hadn't have qualified by winning the Welsh Cup, the playoff wouldn't have happened because the team winning the cup wouldn't have been in the top 3, so we would have just qualified by finishing 3rd. So regardless of what happened in the Welsh Cup, we didn't need to do this, but it's happening anyway. I don't know why. I've been streaming for the last few weeks from my laptop. I've got a new PC in a couple of weeks. Plan on doing a 12-hour stream over the first weekend. Which day would you recommend as best to try and attract new viewers? Friday, Saturday or Sunday? I mean, you're probably not going to like the answer I'm giving you. So, I hope you've got a reasonably thick skin. Because the answer is really blunt and brutal. If you've only been streaming for a few weeks, it doesn't really matter. You're not going to attract new viewers anyway, because that's not really how Twitch works. Being really brutal about it, Twitch has pretty much zero discoverability, so whatever day is gonna suit you better, I guess. How do I sell FM to my mate in one sentence? He wanted to get into it but isn't convinced. Go watch Kev. You don't even need a sentence, just a 3-word statement. Get him to watch some of my videos, then he'll see how show him the home video from today, which I know a few people have fallen off the home save. The greatest game of Football Manager ever played took place in today's home video. You've got to watch that. Rules of the league, Kev. That's why the games need to play anyway. We didn't last year. We finished 3rd and didn't win the cup last year. They didn't do the playoff because they didn't need to, because we finished 3rd, so we qualified for finishing 3rd. So it is a glitch. It shouldn't have happened. But we have won this match as well, so we might be about to crash the game. It's going to be interesting to see how the game copes with it. We're doing some testing, some live testing. Who won the cup last year? Can't remember. Probably TNS. Someone should get Miles on the phone about this. Well, let's see what happens first. There might be a completely reasonable way that the game copes with it. But if this happens and we crash it... What was that noise? Oh, thank you for the bits. Whoever's just donated those. Catch 22s. I really want to play multiplayer, but none of my friends play. Any idea how to find people to play? Didn't FM Base do a thing? I think FM Base have done a thing. You might want to go and look for the thing. Big Johnson scored again. It's 3-1 to the mighty Posh. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Maybe it's dependent on what happened in other leagues that can qualify for the Europa Conference. I wouldn't have thought it is, because last year the second and third place teams and the cup winners all qualified. This year they're doing the playoff because second and third and the cup winner is only 2 teams rather than 3. But we're now third, the playoff winner and the cup winner. So are we going to have to do another playoff now? But will they win again? I hope so. That'd be brilliant. No, there's not been a coefficient change. It's the same number of qualification spots. It's just a glitch. But let's see how the game copes with us winning it when we were already qualified. I mean, it might give us a reputation boost winning a big final. There you go. We won the European Places playoff. I really want to see who it's giving that next spot to. Does it go to Cardiff Met Uni? Yeah, Cardiff Met Uni get it for losing in the final of the playoff. What an absolute waste of time the European Places playoff was, when they could have just given it to Cardiff Met Uni either way. They could have played the playoff as just those 3 teams, or they could have given it to them as the 4th place team in the league. What they didn't need to do is have us beat Cardiff Met Uni and let them in anyway. What a waste of everybody's time. Dunder Mifflin Paper, thank you for the sub.
Happy 2 months, mate. Smile. Hope all is well with you and the family. Smile. Bit late here, but I can always fit some LOLLUJO in before bed. Smile.
I mean, that's a winning attitude. Everyone should have the attitude of I can always fit some LOLLUJO in before bed. Last year there was 2 Conference League plays, but 3, I'm sure. I'm sure there was 1 from the league. 2 from the league and 1 from the cup. I'm sure there was. I mean, we can go back and check. Kev's lying again. I've got to stop lying. I really have become quite the liar. So it is the coefficient change. So I was right. Right. Should we check the jobs? No jobs available. Oh, we got a cash injection. Lovely. How often am I changing my tactic? Rarely. Changing tactics is for nerds. It's not necessarily. Button clicking makes you lose. Trust Kevy 5 times. Pick a tactic that works and just do it. There's just no reason to change it. Even when you're playing against other people, don't change. Just do it. Just play your tactic. That's all you need to do. Tactical familiarity is important. Have we crashed the game anyway? We just went through loads of this. So the board gave us a B-. Thank you, board. Do we get a... why is the... There's breakages here. We got a C for the cup, a B- for... I mean, how did you get an A in the Welsh Cup? We won the thing and we only got a B-. Did we have to win it wearing clown suits or something? Hey. What happens when it stops working? I'll let you know. If we ever get to that point, I'll let you know. Good old Kev. Good old Kev. What a rascal he is. Arrogant though, isn't he? Oh, he's arrogant. Ooh. Well, there you go. Andy Reid, the little fat moron, got Player of the Year. That's the ridiculous world that we live in. This whole season review thing, it was a nice idea. It doesn't really work, does it? Needs fixing. That's our all-time best 11. C. Ridge, the selfish moron, is still in there. Oh, look. Bet you're glad you went back to Accrington, aren't you? What a season. Do you want to come back to Wales now, where you're a hero? Tough, you ain't coming back. We've moved on. Don't need your kind here. We've got Martel Taylor Crosstown and... Why would we want other strikers? Right, the board are looking for me to win the Welsh Premier League next season. That is interesting. Required win the Premier League. So I could potentially get fired if we don't. They want me to repair the club's financial damage. No, it's not my job. Do I look like an accountant to you? Oh, goodness me. Plans for next season. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. Oh, look how happy they are. We've pleased Jake Doyle Hayes. And that's really always been my goal. Make him happy. We just need to have a good summer. We've got loads of spare spensies. We just need to bring in the top tier free transfers again. Or maybe, you know, get a better job if such a thing comes up, which it isn't at the moment. You always wear a suit, you look more like an accountant than a football manager. There has never been a good football manager who doesn't wear a suit. Fact. All the best football managers wear suits. There might be some who accidentally stumbled across some half-decent results for a while, dressed like a caveman, dressed like an unemployed person. But top managers wear suits. Jurgen Klopp doesn't wear a suit. I rest my case. He's lucked into a few good results for a little while. He won't go down as one of history's great managers because he dresses like he's on his way to a camping holiday. Get a suit. Didn't Brian Clough wear a green sweatshirt for years? Yeah, he did. Got relegated as well, didn't he? Exactly. Can I show us the training? I don't even know where the training ground is. Do I look like I'm wearing a tracksuit? I don't touch training. Klopp won a Champions League, Premier League and 2 Bundesligas. He's a good manager. No, he's not. He's not wearing a suit. It's pretty clear you have to wear a suit. Suits are overweight, just wear the Sean Dyche coat instead. No, wear a suit. If you want to be taken seriously as a football manager, wear a suit. Otherwise, you just look like a glorified coach. Who wants to be a coach? Would you rather be the PE teacher or the headmaster? Exactly. I've got headmaster written all over me. Look at me. Did Klopp win the Streamer Showdown 5 times? Exactly. Exactly. Pep Guardiola wears jeans and a jumper. Exactly. And how many times has he won the Streamer Showdown? You're all proving my point for me. Learn from the best. Sir Alex Ferguson wore a suit. Exactly. What about Wenger's sleeping bag jacket? I bet he had a suit on underneath. And no one ever criticised anything that man did. Jurgen Klopp has never won a Streamer Showdown. Fact. Exactly. Sean Dyche does wear a lovely suit. He just covers it up with a hideous jacket because he is Cole. How many times have I won the Champions League? More than Jurgen Klopp. I win it at least 3 or 4 times a year. I reckon I must have won the Champions League 30 or 40 times. So, you know, come back to me when Klopp has won it 30 or 40 times. Did someone say jobs are available? Interesting. I mean, you can't deny the power of the suit. A year ago, I didn't wear suits, and I was ridiculed as the clueless clown of the football manager community. Started wearing a suit, and suddenly I am the king who has won 5 showdowns and is universally regarded as the finest genius this game has ever had. All credit to the suit. I look the part now. That's all it is. I just look the part. Right, there's jobs available. They don't even have a favourite for this job. How do they not even have a favourite? I love the name of this team, Harland and Wolf Welders. I want to go manage a team of welders. See, the problem I've got here is I absolutely don't want to drop down to the Bluefin Sport Championship because I've got an £8.5 grand budget now, and this bunch of jokers have got a £400 budget. I can't even afford Martel Taylor Crossdale. There's no attraction in going there to me at all. It's not going to happen. I can't go there. I can't say the name. Stenhouse Mirror. See, they've got no money. They've got no money. Hello, Drogheda United. Drogheda. We'll apply for that one. Because they've actually got a little bit of cash. I can actually do something there rather than just messing around signing a bunch of kids. So I'll apply for that one. So that's a mid-season thing if we go into that, isn't it? Because the Irish League runs over the summer because of their tropical climate. Right, I've actually not been turned away immediately this time. It's Drogheda. We'll see about that. Take a dip for a year, better than stagnating at LLANELLI. I mean, if we were stagnating, I'd take that on board, but we're not. We're in Europe again. We've just won the Welsh Cup. We've had another increase in wage budget. We'll probably win the league this year. I think winning the league at LLANELLI is much more of an impressive feat than paying £400 in wages and finishing mid-table with some no-mark team I've never heard of. So I don't think I'm stagnating. If we get a big enough offer, we'll go and do it. I don't think we're going to get... Ugh! This is a problem. We need to offer more money down here. We can't live in a world without... Ugh! He's too good. There we go. There we go. Problem solved. Oh, he was out of contract next summer. We didn't need to do that. I've misread that and thought these were the players out of contract this summer. Ah! Ah! That's why I started in Northern Ireland to get the worst leagues out of the way first. But reputation-wise, the Welsh League is the worst league. Plus, I just went where I was offered the job. I mean, if we end up not going to Northern Ireland at all, I'm not going to be devastated. It'd be nice to go if I get a decent job offer, but I'm not going to take a step back to just force it. That seems silly. We're in Europe here. I don't want to go from being in Europe to managing a team where I've got a £400 a week budget. That seems a little bit silly. Love how you can't pronounce the Irish teams. I mean, I can't pronounce the Welsh teams or the Scottish teams either. I'm not very good at pronouncing things. I never learnt how to pronounce. Remember when Alan Maddox was by far our best player? I do. And the difference is we now wouldn't be able to afford to take him to Northern Ireland with us. So he doesn't get in our team here. That shows how far we've come in the last year. We're like 2 signings away from winning this league as well. So I don't mind staying in Wales for another year. Unless the right job comes up. Like if we get a decent job offer from Scotland or one of the bigger Irish teams, then I'm up for it. I'm just not going a bunch of part-timers who don't have any money at all. It just seems pointless. Why is my watch vibrating? Have Posh scored again? My Argos order is approximately 18 minutes away, apparently. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Right, get all this slot in. Isaac Solberg, what a name. Can't pronounce the word pronounce. It's pronounce. I mean, it's not, is it? It's pronounce. You silly goose. Ah, some people. Yes, I'll sign a new contract because I'm having a lovely old time. Percentage of club compensation required for managerial role. A clause which reduces the amount of compensation the club is entitled to. So do I want to put that up or down? I want to put that up, do I? So if I push it to like there. Oh no, I want it to go down, don't I? So let's take it to 10%. So they'll go 40. Can we hit 20? Because this way I get the security of a new job without the whole can't leave because clubs can't afford me thing. I probably should have put the coaching course as part of that, shouldn't I? They're going to say no again. Whilst we appreciate it's a very valid thing to want to do, we fear that bettering yourself could lead to a bigger club coming in for your services. We're therefore inclined to say no. Wayne, you're such a scumbag. You are such a scumbag, Wayne. Walk out on them, but I'm enjoying it. I'm having a nice time. I don't want to leave. Did that retract my applications? No, my application's still in, so we'll see what happens, I guess. Why in FM do we have to ask the board to go on a course? To get the board to pay for it. Declining all the press conferences questions won't help my reputation. I'm not. I'd rather have a bad reputation than have to do all that nonsense. If I wasn't making content, I'd be playing touch these days, I think. I'm not messing around with press conferences and all that. Can you not jump up and down and threaten to leave if they don't upgrade my qualifications? I mean, I probably could if I'd have brought it up in the contract negotiation. But instead, I waited until I signed the contract and then said, oh, by the way, can I go on a course? And he just folded the contract up, put it in his pocket and said, no, you can't. Go away now. Masterful negotiation from me. Played it like an absolute genius. Right, these trialists, are any of them any good? Ryan Stirk. Do we think that's his natural hair colour? What type of central midfield are you, Stirk? You're a playmaker. We've already got one of those. But you can never have too many. We've got all this money. We might as well bring in half-decent players. Although maybe we can't afford you. Come on, Stirk. In you come. Come on, Stirk. Hey, Stirky, Stirky! Why is this showing us a diamond when we don't play a diamond anymore? This is the system we've been playing, isn't it? Sturky Sturky's still in there, which is good. Zunder is 21 and Swedish and won't get a work permit, so we don't need to worry too much about him. Jedwards. It would be the best left back at the club, formerly of Dundee. Get in here. Get in here and sign a contract, young man. I've offered him a signing on fee. We haven't got any money for signing on fees, I don't think. Jake Davidson. Yep, you can come in as well. Dundee United. Basically the same as Dundee. They're probably roommates. We can house them together. They'll love that. You're not having a signing on fee, though. I know your mate's getting one, but that's because that was an admin error. We're probably not going to be able to sign him now. And then for my last trick, there's a decent goalkeeper down here who's not going to get a work permit. Do you not have an English passport? Oh, come on. How have you been at Spurs for 5 years and never thought, I wonder if it would be a good idea for me to get an English passport? You've completed 4 days in England. You've been here 5 years, Isaac. What have you been doing? Under contract to Spurs, but living in Sweden. I mean, we'll try. I don't think we're going to get him in, but we'll try. We might be able to squeeze a work permit through. It'd be lovely if we could. I think we need to develop a more defensive... I can't finish the comments when they mention that word. You got to phrase it differently so I get further into the comment. How do you search for players in the lower leagues? Scouts. Just come on, what have I missed? We qualified for Europe twice. And now we're getting on with some transfers because it looks like we're probably not going to get to leave because there's no good jobs available. Defense is a swear word, exactly. We need a bit of that. I understand how someone can make it that far into non-league to legend yet still suggest doing defensive. I know, and I've proven time and time again that it's absolutely not necessary. It is possible to win Football Manager a lot whilst playing entertaining football. Loki Doki in disguise. He wishes. Is defensive a ban word? It's not a ban word, it is a bad word. Have Posh just scored again? Oh no, Kings Lynn have kicked off. I need to take them off my notifications. I don't really need to be knowing about Kings Lynn anymore. Right, we're getting Jedward in. You're absolutely getting renamed that. Where are you? Come here, Jedward. Excellent. Need to sort him out with the hair. We didn't get the Drohida, or whatever it was you told me to say. But we actually got some feedback this time. The board have decided against shortlisting me, in part due to having strong reservations about your suitability to give the club's realistic vision for the future. This is mainly as a result of your complete lack of experience in guiding teams away from relegation. So, Connor, just to clarify, because I've always been successful, you don't want me. Well. Well. My tactic when I need to hold a lead. Holding a lead is for losers. You shouldn't be holding a lead. You should be trying to extend your lead at all times. We'll ban the loser mentality. If you're 1-0 up with 30 seconds to go in the Champions League final, go attacking to try and win it 2-0. That's how you do it. Why is it you can keep scouting some players but not others? Probably because the ones that I can't are either outside of my scouting range. We can't afford it because they're outside of the scouting range. So same answer as before. Or we might already have them fully scouted. What is this? Oh, I thought we were getting money, but that's just saying we made a profit. I thought it was telling us we were being given some secret money. I'd love a bit of secret money. New continental competition deal. I mean, it's not made much of a difference, has it? This might be why, because we've got no scouting package at the moment, so we should probably buy a scouting package. He said he plays attacking while holding a lead. Yeah, but he said holding a lead, so I couldn't get any further because it sounded defensive. The only lead Kev wants to defend and hold to is Dave's. Exactly. There's no such thing as holding on to a lead. Just keep attacking. This isn't Zealand Stream. You are welcome. I hate it when clubs spend more money on data analysis than scouting. I'd play in a parking lot if it meant a higher scouting budget. Yeah, I don't really look at the data analysis stuff. I get a little bit frustrated this year because I think I've talked about this before. The recommendation is now a combination of the scouting report and the data analyst, recruitment analyst nonsense that I don't care about. Like, on this combined report, I don't care that they're being put down as negatives because he's not ever played a game. I don't care if he's not ever played a game. I want to know, is he going to be good for us? Yes, he'd be good for us. But because he's not played, he gets downgraded, which then lowers his overall grading, which is dumb. Should be a way to turn that off. You should lose the beard and you'd be Marcelo Bielsa. He wishes. He should grow a beard, then he could be Kev. That's what he should be. Get in his stream and tell him that if he wants to be as good as me, he should grow a beard and get a pair. I don't know if he wears glasses. Who knows? Never met the man. Thought the stream was at 8. Yeah, I started at 7 instead. This is why you should follow me on Twitter. Because I did announce it on Twitter. When will you next do the content clinic? I think I'm going to be doing it once a month. We should probably get that on as a command, mods. Because I get asked that a lot. Understandably, it was very popular. But we'll probably do that once a month, I think is going to be the plan. Don't see you in the Prem, mate. 4 o'clock every day on YouTube. I've got more subscribers than him. That's all that's important. That's how you manage it. That's how you measure a man's worth. How many subscribers they've got. Are you going to arrange another guest for the clinic? Depends how organised I'm feeling. I might just start streaming and see who turns up and invite them in. Like we did last time. I didn't even invite Ben in, did he? He just bended his way in. But it went well. I mean, my first port of call will be asking Ben if he wants to make it a regular thing that we do together. If he wants to come back and do it once a month, it'll just be me and Ben doing it. If he feels like he's got too much on his plate, which I could probably understand, being the Vince McMahon of the Streamer Showdown and all his YouTube stuff and like a miniature human living in his house, he's probably quite busy, so I might not want to commit to it. And if that's the case, we'll see if we can get a rotating cast of co-hosts for it. Get Zealand in. See, I want to try and keep it. I want to try and maintain some level of expertise. I think, I don't know, having Zealand in there, what does he know? What does he know about anything? Surely the worry of the content clinic is it's just people who haven't bothered watching the first one. Exactly. That's why I'm going to make him beg for more. I mean, there is plenty more to say. It's not like I've dispensed everything I've learned in the last 5 years. I've not shared all of that yet because I don't even know everything that I've learned off the top of my head. I have to see examples of it so that I can talk about those examples, if that makes sense. No, we want to keep Brown. So I think there's still value in doing another one and probably several more. I don't know that it's going to be something that we can do for a year because I think eventually you get to the point where they'll get a bit repetitive. Get work the space in. As long as Little Jack can take part as well. Says the man who constantly praised Zealand on that stream. Doesn't ring a bell. Don't remember ever saying anything nice about Zealand. Remember, that stream was like a week after the Streamer Showdown when we were all friends. Streamer Showdown's next week. They're all enemies again now, so I can't be nice about any of them. They're all morons. Clueless morons who don't know their mouse from their elbow. Button clicking numpties, a lot of them. Dum 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 bum bum. Dum dum dum. Kinda new, but is Zealand called Zealand because he's from New Zealand? Yes. Yes, exactly that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. We signed this guy and then never ever played him, so we could probably just let him go. But we'll worry about that a little bit later in the summer. I think this might be my Argos order, so bear with me a moment. I have to go to the door. I'm just waiting to see. There's definitely a van outside. We're just waiting to hear the ding dong. Ding dong. Are we getting a ding dong? Dave's getting excited. I think we are. And then we'll come back for a Europa League draw. My trousers are undone. How do I get around this? One moment. There you go. I couldn't turn myself back on. Oh. Couldn't turn. The button wasn't working. Hello, I have returned. Let's get that out of the way. Just had to lug a massive box of... We just had a swing ball delivered. All Andy's talked about all week is swing ball. And with contact-free deliveries, I've just had to lug it down in the rain. God, blimey. It's an unwieldy package. Right. Europa Conference League draw. Are we in the first round or the second round? I'm not even sure what round we're in. Trying to find us anywhere. I mean, as cup winners, surely we go into the second round. We don't appear to be on any of these lists anywhere. So I think we might... Oh no, we are there. We're there. I see us. I see us. Where's Anna? Upstairs sorting Andy's bedtime routine stuff. Same place she is every evening. Right, let's get these teams drawn. I mean, these are all teams I'm very familiar with, as you can imagine. I don't know why we're even doing the draw this way, because I'm not going to recognise any of these teams. Why did that one swap round? That was weird. Come on, where are we? There's not many teams left. We're always one of the last ones out of the hat. They like to keep things interesting. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Jeunesse Esch. We're off to Luxembourg, everybody. To play a 1.5-star semi-professional Luxembourgian team. Beautiful. Draw all the teams. I imagine. Oh no, we've got the other round drawn as well. So now we find out if we beat the Luxembourg team, we'll be at home in the next round, and we will play Hapoel Beersheva from Israel, who are a 3-star team. So it's going to be a similar shape to last summer. We'll not an automatic draw. We'll probably get through to the second qualifying round, then get knocked out by a much better side. But it's always good fun. It helps the reputation. Reputation's currently 1 star. I'd like to think we could see a bump up to a 1.5 star this summer, which would be a beautiful, beautiful thing if it happened. They swapped due to neighbouring clubs both being drawn at home. Okay, fair enough. Having pancakes with Nutella watching a Kev stream. Nice. The only way you could improve that is to have sugar and lemon on those pancakes. That would fix it. You legitimately nailed the pronunciation of the Israeli club. I mean, if there's one thing I'm known for, it's pronouncing stuff right. I think I pretty much nail it most times. But it's nice to be appreciated. Right, do we want to let Boateng go? Because he kind of lost his place towards the end of the season. We've just signed Sturck as well. He's now our 3rd choice. We probably don't want to let him go straight away. I'm sure there'll be a way to get rid of him as the summer goes on if we decide we don't want him. You need to come to America and eat real pancakes. Why would I go to America and only to eat British pancakes done properly over there, because they're obviously not going to be as good as the way we have them. I don't want those thick, doughy pieces of nonsense. I want nice, thin, crepe-style pancakes. America does a lot of things quite well. Pancakes, all wrong. All wrong. How were my pancakes? They were spectacular. Delicious. Loved them. I do like a pancake. Pancake day is one of the best days of the year. We're going to have second pancake day on Saturday as well when Amy's here. So it's a second excuse to eat loads of pancakes. Ooh. Those of you following the Fit by 40 thing, don't expect any weight loss this week. I ate 1,000 pancakes for dinner. More lovely doughy pancakes for me. You're welcome to them. I'll rather have proper pancakes. Pancakes are supposed to be crispy. Just keep pedaling your machine and work them off. There's no working off the quantity I ate. We've managed to increase our stature this year. Have we? We haven't gone up to 1.5 star though. 1,000 pancakes, that's a lot of tossing. I am pretty good at tossing. They have sugar and orange on them. No, because I'm not a crazy person. I had sugar and lemon. Sugar and orange? What is this? What is this? Orange? You may as well have ketchup on them. Change of plan. I've finished my engineering coursework so I can chill and play FM whilst watching. Lovely. Pancakes make me feel sick, but they taste so good. They make you feel sick because you eat so many of them. Orange on pancakes. Do I look Spanish to you? Exactly. That does sound like a very Spanish thing. They love their oranges. I can only eat one, then I'm sick. I mean, Dave had one, and he wasn't sick. Dave had peanut butter on his, and enjoyed it very much. How's the manager reputation looking? No, that's the club. Where's me? So the club is 1 star still. I am 1.5 star. Ooh. Well, well, well. Shall we go to Brora? Brora. I've never heard of Brora. Is there promotion into the Scottish League 2 these days? When did that happen? Last time I checked, I mean, he looks more Scottish than any person I've ever seen ever. That is the most Scottish man in history. That's amazing. I might apply for this. Sign players under the age of 23 for the first team. We might just fast track straight into Scotland. Finn Harps in the Irish First Division. How much wage budget will I get there? Not very much. I feel like I've heard of these and I don't know why. Why would I have heard of Finn Harps? Winners of the Highland versus winners of the Lowland, and they play off against the team of bottom of League 2. Nice. How long's that been a thing? It's pronounced Bora. We'll see about that. If I get the job, I'll teach him how to say it properly, don't you worry. Oshover HPC, thank you very much for the sub. Would I ever try sweet chili sauce mixed with mint sauce to put on chips? No, I mean, I'd try it, I guess. I wouldn't be repulsed by the idea, but I don't need stuff to put on chips. I like my chips dry, like they're supposed to be. We talk about chips too often. They should be dry, because then they're nice and crispy. There's an FM creator called Huckleberry Finn who plays as Finn Harps. Is there, by golly? Is there, by golly? That isn't why I know of them. There's another reason, I'm sure. Since season 2014-15. Okay, so it is a fairly recent thing. Okay. Chicken salt. What on earth is chicken salt? I need to know what chicken salt is. Who's my favourite Prem team? Do I look Spanish to you? I don't have a favourite Premier League team. I feel like that's something you only have to have when you're at primary school. Once you're an adult, you're allowed to just support one team, I think. I think that's how it works. We might actually get Andy Reid back. So yeah, I am a Peterborough United fan, and that's that. Colonel Sanders, the libero, might run his contract down. That would be one of the world's great disasters, one of history's great disasters. I think we let Alan Maddox go, though, because he's just not really up to it anymore, as he didn't play all year. So I think Maddox probably leaves now. Remember when he was our best player? See, I don't really like vinegar on chips even, just a little bit of salt. Who was my favourite Prem team as a kid? It varied depending on who was the flavour of the month to glory support. At various points, I had a Sheffield Wednesday shirt when Chris Waddle played for them. I had a Blackburn shirt when Blackburn won the Premier League because I was proper glory supporting. I had a Blackburn shirt with 9 Shearer on the back. I had an Arsenal shirt when they were good, around about the time Wenger first took over. And then I became an adult and realised, what am I doing here? Let's just support the one team. This feels unnecessary. Chips need something moist. Absolutely not. Oh, you are a little fat moron, Andy Reid. A little fat moron. I don't mind salt vinegar on chips, but I used to have cheese and beans. That is vile. Ugh. Ugh. I don't like beans on anything savoury. Beans should, apart from salads, beans are a sweet food. Did Andy make pancakes today? He did not. He has no interest in making or pancakes. We didn't get the Brother job. Never mind, eh? It's very nearly the 1st of July, so we can do free transfers in a minute, which will be lovely. We've actually got a pretty decent squad. There's not a huge amount of work that needs doing on it. We've released quite a few players as well, so I imagine we've got even more spare. In fact, I say we've got more spare, but we signed a few players, didn't we? Beans are sweet. I mean, have you ever looked at how much sugar's in a tin of baked beans? They are sweet. Chips, cheese, curry sauce. Yuck. I don't like cheese on stuff either, really, unless it's on pizza or lasagna. And even then, let it cool down again. Don't have it hot. It's uncivilized to eat cheese hot. Never in my life even seen a can of baked beans. Then how do you know if they're sweet or savoury? Is Weetabix sweet or savoury? I guess savoury. There's no sugar in Weetabix, is there? Weetabix is one of those... Did you ever do the science experiment at school? Or did science move on? The science experiment where you put a piece of bread in your mouth and hold it in there long enough so it starts to go sweet as the carbohydrates turn to sugar or something. I forget what the point of the experiment was. So I guess Weetabix falls into that category where you take a bite into it and it's pretty savoury, but if you were to just suck on it, masticate it for long enough, it probably becomes sweet in your mouth. I imagine. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Can you check on my youth player, please? What I can do is... How did we search for them? Did we do it as a player search? We're just going to do it all in one go. Here we go. This is how you do it. So... Theoretically, you should be on there. If you're not, you're outside of our scouting range. Selection info. So no one has played a game. That wasn't a thing even at the science club I went to. I remember doing it in like year 7 or 8, I think. So that's all the players that are within the scouting range. The rest of you, you will enter this. Poor, I forgot we signed poor sad young Kev. Is he still looking sad? Oh. Oh, look how sad he is. Poor sad young Kev. Oh, poor sad young Kev. He looks so sad. What are you so sad about, poor sad young Kev? Right, your unhappiness is because you want to move to a bigger club. You're currently at Middlesbrough. Henrik is wanted by Rotherham. Beagles is wanted by Blackburn. Owen is wanted by various teams on loan. Charlie wanted by various teams on loan. There we go. Kanga, you were told to have the night off. Get out of here. Mods, time him out. Time him out. He was told he wasn't allowed on the stream tonight. He was officially given the night off. Shady, deal with him. Can you check it? Oh, I hate this. I hate this. Scotty is he's on loan from Chelsea at some made-up team in Romania. Mike is... What's your surname, Mike? What am I searching for? This is why this takes so long. Because I don't know what I'm looking for now. Michael something. It doesn't begin with a B. There you go. You're at Salzburg. Is there anyone else? Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Cool. Legumes. I had 2. Did you? Did you, by golly? So you did. This one's at Birmingham. And hasn't... I, in fact, played 34 games over the last 2 years. Big Mike. Big Mike here. Big Mike does it. What's your name, Big Mike? I need more information. There is no Big Mike. What might we have put you down as? Or were you a new one that maybe hasn't been allocated a player yet because I hadn't checked Discord in the last 24 hours? Could be that. So, Shady, you need to get Kanga out. He was told he had to have the night off and he's here. So ban him. It's a new one. Right. If you contacted a mod and if they put it in the Discord, I will sort it after tonight's stream and I'll show you him tomorrow. Sorted. Right. It is the 1st of July. July. Let's just see who we've got available for nothing. Oh, because they wouldn't be available for loan, would they? Oh! Who did we have him for? Home last year, maybe? He played for us all the way up to the championship. There's going to be another one who's just not going to get a work permit, is he? But we have to try. Let's go down to where they stop being 3-star current ability. So we'll go as far as there and offer them trials. He'd be a great signing. I don't know if we're likely to get him. Let's just get a selection of... in fact, there's no point doing this while we've got other trialists coming in, so we'll deal with those first, then we'll come back and do this. Did I see Sir Tom Elliott in any of my stages yet? I don't think so. The list is very big. Is everybody on the list said what kind of player they want? Because I can just work through the list then. That's probably easiest to do. Owen Meredith. Is he likely to be a starter for us? No, because we've got Jedward in now, so Just reject all these. Send him out on loan. Get him gone. Full salary. Toodle Pip Meredith. Bye. Do we care about this fella? No, not good enough. Gerut. So if I redeem a player, can I ask for a random decent potential player from X country? Yes, please. Some have, but especially the old ones, most of them haven't. Well, if anyone has previously cashed in a player and doesn't yet have that player, if you want to contact one of the moderators and tell them what flavour of player you want, I'll go through and add them after the stream. If you don't want one yet, fair enough. Liban doesn't want to come to us. The turd. The turd. A lot of these are turning us down, actually, which is ever so upsetting. Right, some decent ones have arrived, it seems. We need to deal with these relatively quickly so that we can get the next batch of freebies in. Do we care about clubs in Wales releasing players? Probably not, because half of them are ours and they weren't good enough. I love the fact that we're now at a point where Marcus Day is not good enough for us. That shows how good we're getting. We're just still way behind TNS. Right. Ethan Delcroix. What a name. Hi, it's Ethan Delcroix here. Come on then, Delcroix. What a name. Best name of the night so far, I think. Delcroix. Get him in. We don't really need another midfielder, but his name's too good not to sign. Nya! As a right back. We've had him on trial before, I think. Or is there a lot of players who've gone Paris Saint-Germain and then Wolves? I do feel like we've had players who've made that trip before. Probably not going to get a work permit, so actually, you know what? There's just not a lot of point in persisting with that. Solberg's in again. Right, we're going to... Everybody apart from that guy in midfield, Delcroix, every other trialist, we're just going to bin them off and get a new batch in. They were all a bit of a waste. So, Director of Football time. Where is he? Spencer Bowen. We need him to do his thing. Come on, Spencer. Don't let me down. Delcroix and Rodney. That would be perfect, wouldn't it? Oh, it would be beautiful. I imagine there's a fancy French way to say it properly, but Delcroix just seems brilliant. Right, let's get all these boys in on trial while we play everyone's favourite game of Guess Who's New. So while I'm doing this, we should have music for the Guess Who's New feature. We all know what we're waiting for someone to say. Will anybody say it? Woo! Cameron Gabadabo. I want him just for his name. There are some great names on here. Football Manager is so much fun. Dante Casanova. I mean, talking of great names, this man is called Dante Casanova. Oh my word. What a name. Oh, I want him so desperately. Tim Irogbunam. Just call me Tim. Just call me Tim. Dun, 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 dun. This guy's name's backwards. We'll fix him if we sign him. Andrew Elliott's got his name backwards. Ah, what was that? Don't care about press. The press are losers. I'm still freaked out by that press conference on my first day in the job. When it was just me and one guy from a newspaper in a big room by ourselves. I don't need to do that again. So I can be confident there's multiple people there. I don't feel comfortable being alone in a room with that man. Just fed my cat a pancake. I hope he doesn't die. Animals love pancake day. Dave had a peanut butter pancake and loved it. Dave has pancakes every year. Admittedly, more dog than cat. But my old cat used to love eating cheese. So I think animals just eat whatever they fancy, don't they? Right, let's have a little look. Oh my word, look at the quality of these midfielders. Look at the quality of all of these players who've arrived on this trial. Right, Kyle John, we do need a right winger. So Kyle John, with his very crisp side parting, is target number 1 on the right-hand side of midfield. Don't think we can afford him, though. How high can we push this up? Because we could really use him. Not really very comfortable throwing all those bonuses at him. But we really, really, really need a right midfielder. So we can now afford probably 2 more players. How do I get decent trialists? You just watched me! Director of football is your friend. Right, we've got to sign Dante Casanova. This one's purely based on his name. How can we not sign Dante Casanova? Just bump these up one at a time and hope. There you go. Dante Casanova's coming in. Oh, I forgot we got Langley on loan for another year. That's a good signing. Good work, past Kev. So, Jedward's already in at left back, so we don't need another left back. We don't really want to have to play Colonel Sanders at centre back. I'm happy with and Taylor Crossdale up front, unless Jack Swan is brilliant. There's another one from Tottenham. Signing on fees are fine. We love them now. We want young and cheap. Are you going to be young and cheap, Jack Swan? Let's get these off, because we can't afford to pay these to everybody. Or maybe anybody. This is some skilled negotiation going on here. So Swan should be in. We've already got Delcroix coming in. We've still got Hayes, Boateng, Sturck. We probably don't need another central midfielder. I think we do need a centre-back, though. Do we have a massive one? You know I love a massive centre-back. Oh, 6'4". Now you're talking. One of my favourite flavours of centre-back, 6'4". 6'4" with a jumping reach of between 17 and 20. This feels like a 10-goal-a-season signing if we can get him. I don't think we're going to be able to afford him, though. There is a big discrepancy in money there. But we'll try. We're trying to meet him part way there. Yeah, we're maxed out on all of this now. I think we're just about topping out on the players that we can bring in. Let's try again for this guy then. Not quite as attractive. But if he's cheaper, which he is, spot on. Because remember, we can still bring in loans as well. And we had the core of a good squad already. Oh my word, we probably need to stop signing players. Have I moved to the left of it tonight? You can see the Pac-Man staring right at me. I haven't moved, but I've moved the Pac-Man because the light behind me is broken. There's light up the wall, so I've moved Pac-Man so that I have a little bit of light behind me, so it doesn't look like a completely flat green screened background. Get lost, Northampton. Northampton, always out to ruin my day. Jumping reach already includes height, so a 5'8" player of 18 jumping reach is getting as high as a 6'5" with 18 jumping reach. I don't think that's correct. I don't believe that's correct. Oh, excellent. We're bringing Ryan Reynolds in. Fair enough. Doesn't look quite how he did in Deadpool. And I thought he was older than that, but fair enough. Look at you all saying it's correct. 5 times. I'll tell you what's correct or not. 5 times. Oh, you rascals with your little numbers that you care about. Forget your little numbers. Trust old Kev. You're insufferable. Leave then. Oh, my word. No one's making you stay and watch. Oh, goodness me. It's just more likely that a tall player will have a higher jumping reach attribute. We'll see. I'll be the judge of that. Kev Ball, he's 6'8". Get him in the van. Exactly. We love you too much to leave. Exactly. Because I'm very lovable. It's a good way to wheedle out the idoites. If someone thinks I'm taking it, if someone thinks I'm actually serious, then they're not going to get any of my attempts at gags. So it's best that we weed them out. Oh, God. It's all good. Has the European game been played yet? It hasn't. Kev has won the showdown 5 times and made the most of set pieces. Forget your little numbers, you lot. Exactly. Right, Jack Swan is in. Jack the Swat Delcroix. Machisa. Kyle John's probably not signing though. Jaden Charles probably isn't going to play, so if we can loan him out for his full amount of pennies, that would be preferable. Let's try and do that. Michael Brady was good last year, wasn't he? So we don't want Michael Brady to leave. Maddox doesn't want to go. I mean, that was a good deal for you, Alan. As it is, we're now going to loan you out just to get you gone. You're never going to play for us again. You were great when we were down in Tier 2. Not so much now, Alan. Who needs numbers when you have one guy who can throw it really far and another is really big? Exactly. Jumping reach is max jumping while running. A lot of corner headers, your player doesn't get a running start, so height takes precedent. Hold on, what's that? Can you hear the rumbling roar from behind me? What are they chanting? Kev was right. Kev was right. All together now. Kev was right. Kev was right. Everybody! Kev was right. Kev was right. I'm trusting that one guy ahead of everybody else because he agreed with me. That's the key. If you want me to agree with you, if you want me to trust your opinion, make sure it's the same as mine. I once had a new gen. He was 6'9" at 15. He topped out at 7'1". I would love to see that player. I've never seen anyone that tall. That's amazing. Insufferable and lovable, a rare but devastating combination. I'll take a gifted sub, thank you. Someone sort him out. I mean, I've gifted subs. I don't even know how to do them. Got job centre. That's a very good point. Job centre. Job centre. Flint. No. Finn Harps, we already decided we didn't want to go to, I think, didn't we? Jake Davidson is our best right back currently. 5th choice centre back. Didn't play at all last year though. When did we sign this guy? His name doesn't look very familiar. He's been here a year and never played a game of football. Jake, I don't know how to break this to you. You didn't play last year either. What does it matter to you who I'm signing? Oh, am I signing in to play in your position? What, your spot on the bench? Jaffa D. Get your nuts out for Jaffa D. That is heroic work there. Thank you very much for the gifted sub, Jaffa D. Brilliant work. I want to see a sea of nuts. I mean, that's not a headline you want to see if you're Jaden Charles. He looks happy about it though, doesn't he? So fair enough, I guess. I changed my mind. Kev was right. Kev's always right. Brady. Michael Brady. What's up with you, little fella? Come here. Come and have a Kevy cuddle. See, he's fine. We fixed him. We fixed him good. Everyone's after Maddox now. All these offers for Charles, so he can go. Loads of offers from Maddox, so he can go. Brady's happy to stay. Beautiful. Devs. What do the devs know? These are the same devs who told me long throws don't work on FM21. What do they know? They know what they tried to do. That doesn't mean that's what actually happened. Experience trumps developing. Kevy, 5s. I love the fact you've gone to the effort to go and look it up as well. That's spectacular. Starting a new save. What do I recommend? LLANELLI, which is the correct pronunciation, I promise. He looks like he's staring into my soul. Can't take my eyes off of his. It's freaking me out a little bit. Just look away. Look away. Look away. There we go. Oh my word. Dante Casanova is in. If his birthday's on Valentine's Day, I'm going to be over the moon. It's not. That's very sad. What a name. Dante Jamal Casanova. Brilliant. He better be good. I didn't look at anything else about him, just his name, basically. All we care about is his name. I mean, star rating wise, how does he only get a B? What do I have to do? Sign Messi to get an A? Ryan Reynolds is coming in. Lovely. Welcome, Ryan. How are we doing budget wise? If we get this last player, who is the right winger, then we're effectively, although apparently he's a right back who can play right wing. We'll definitely play him on the wing. We probably need to look in terms of getting a wing out on loan, just in case we don't get him. Brennan Hayward or Gavin Peacock. Problem is we can't scout either of them, I don't think, because they'll both be outside of our scouting range. So we're working with very limited information, other than the fact that this guy can play in all sorts of positions and is wanted by Bromley and Eastleigh. This guy is wanted by Dumbarton and Stranraer, and he's maybe quick. He's either quick or slow. What a range that is. His acceleration is somewhere between 8 and 17. So anyway, we could narrow that down just a smidgen, because that's quite a wide range for me to work with. Gavin Peacock used to play for Chelsea, became a priest. That's Graham. We'll see about that. Da, 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 da. Shall we just try and get this guy on loan if he's free? I mean, there's not much else we can do. We can't scout him. We just have to roll the dice. Is there any other position we could probably do with a little bit of cover? Left wing, probably, looking at that. So let's have a look on the left wing for a loan as well. So he's been given a 56 scouting rating and he's not fully scouted, but we at least have a little bit of scouting knowledge and know that he's not good enough. So do we take another guy off? Do we just take 2 young Sunderland wingers? Ellis Taylor, who's had time out on loan at Gateshead. I feel like someone who's at Sunderland is likely to be better than someone at TNS or Luton. So my instinct is just go for him as well. And just try and bring in a couple of wingers. Bum, 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 bum. I don't think we're getting this guy, are we? Just check the old job centre again. Still nothing of interest. Ellis Taylor. That is a good name. Let's see how good these loanees are, because we don't. If my director of football's lost his touch, we want to be careful. We're actually going to be able to have most of our decent players registered for Europe this year. Why would he not be automatically added? I mean, am I going to have to do this myself? So, Dante Casanova is in. I just want them in order of who's good. Wolfman. I don't understand what I'm doing. Hold on. So he's homegrown, so he can just be in even though he won't play. This guy, though, he can get out of here. We don't need him in the squad when we could have him in the squad. He... We're going to have to do this position. We've got too many players. How has this happened? It's breaking my tiny, tiny mind. So we want 2 goalkeepers. Sorted. 2 right backs. Dante Casanova! And Jake Davidson. We want 2 left backs. So Jedward and Yeats, because Meredith's going out on loan. We want 4 centre-backs, or 3 initially. I guess 3 plus Colonel Sanders centre-backs. So him, and him. And Colonel Sanders can cover midfield for us as well. And then if we head to the strikers, we want Boink, Boink, Boink. And Colonel Sanders can do some covering there. And then in midfield, Doink, 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 Doink. And then some wide players. Boink. We've already got too many players in this squad, haven't we? Oh, this is problematic. I mean, I'll level with you. I wasn't really planning for a squad that was fit for Europe, and this one absolutely isn't. So I guess we need him in because he's in as a right midfielder. He's our backup goalkeeper. We could maybe take out Boateng to get... Sanders doesn't need to be registered. No, he's not under 19. He's played for the under 19s. He's 22. He doesn't need to be registered. Is there anyone who is young enough to not need to be registered, though? What have I done here? Yeah, Andy Reid's gone. He wouldn't come back to us. It's very sad. Do we need a backup goalkeeper? What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to get another right midfielder in, aren't I? Oh, I've got to drop some. So I've got to take one of these players out. That's what I'm trying to do. Right, well, if that's the case, can't be him. He could be him. But do we then have anyone else who can play right back in the squad? Quite a few can play right back, so we'll just take him out. That still doesn't work. Minimum of one. So do we actually have to have one in? So can we just register him? No. Minimum of 8 play. Okay, so we've got one. It has to be a minimum of 8. So we do have to. We've got to take him out. Ah! It's making my brain hurt. You know what? Might just go with this, and poor old Jake Doyle Hayes will have to sit it out. Is there just an easy way to swap it? So if we take him out and put him in, do we then have cover in every position? This is a proper puzzle we've got going on here. So this gives us 2 goalkeepers, many left backs, many centre backs, many right backs, 1 left midfielder, no right. See, that's where we have the problem. Many central midfielders, many strikers. Just who needs right midfielder? Future Kev can worry about that. That can be his problem. Oh God. Oh, it'll be fine. What are we worrying about? Michael Hewitt. Do you want to leave, Michael? I mean, I don't really want you here anymore, so you can go if you want. Off you pop. Come on now. You can leave too. Everybody out. Oh dear. When do we play that? Soon. We'll be fine. Play a diamond in Europe. That does seem like the logical solution to the problem. But you know I'm probably just going to play a striker out wide. A la home. It's kind of my new trademark. Ryan Reynolds is in. They need to offer far more money to get him on loan. That's Torquay as well. It's not like it's some tin pot club with no money. It's a real football club. A real professional football club. Pay his wages. You absolute monsters. Alex Fletcher can go, but again, I want full wages for him. So we can do that. Point, point. Hewitt can leave. One moment. There's like a whistling noise. I'm trying to work out if it's my nose whistling or if it's on the track. I think it's on the track. That was so weird. I thought he had a whistly nose. Oh, I thought that streamer had a whistling nose, but it's on the track, I think. That's so weird. Bye-bye, Maddox. Bye-bye, Alan Maddox. Missing you already. Ryan Reynolds is in. That's the important thing. Give him a squad number. Get him registered. Can we see some players? Because because that might be nice. Get some players on here. Why do the buttons not work, Kev? Doink, doink. Magical. Okay. Maddox has gone out on loan. Shaw is going out on loan. Fletcher is going out on loan. And that gets us a little bit closer to budget if they both go. As someone with dodgy ears, I'm glad you checked that whistling. Thought I was going mad. It was weird though, wasn't it? I was thinking, is that my nose whistling? Wormleighton. That sounds like something out of Harry Potter. Ellis Taylor is in. Let's see if he's any good. Kyle John's definitely not signing for us. I think that has now become clear. Ooh. He's no fat lad from Forest, is he? I mean, he's all right to make up the numbers, but not quite the level I was hoping he could have been. This is the problem when you don't scout them, I guess. I mean, he might get better as the season goes on. He's got 5-star potential, so you never know. But I'm not overwhelmed by him at this stage. I came here because of your Kettering non-league to legend. Well, welcome. Hope you enjoyed the stream too. Have you been watching non-league to legend since Kettering? Or did you just stop at Kettering? That makes me sad if you did. It got really good. It's still good. It's good now. Ruben Neves was just staring at me again. I don't like that boy. Keeps looking at me. My greatest fear is to come face to face with Ruben Neves and just have him look into my soul. Dun, dun, dun. Cold pizza for tea. Delicious. When did you cook the cold pizza? Did you cook it earlier in the day and let it get cold? Or is it left over from a previous day? Because if you've cooked that this afternoon and let it get cold and have it for tea, then you have my undying respect forevermore, because that's incredible work. Will I ever attempt to manage Alfreton again after non-league to legend on FM18? Maybe. Don't know. Don't know about the going. Now, Ollie, I never said it was going good. I said it was good. It's good entertainment. Nathan Shaw is just not very good. But we don't really have anyone much better than him. But let's let him go. A British pancake similar to crepes. Yes, they're delicious. Like smaller than crepes. And probably ever so slightly thicker than a proper crepe. Cooked it at lunch when I made pancakes. Wonderful. Right, just auto select again. Ryan Reynolds is in. Ryan Reynolds is in, everybody. I skipped Kettering non-league to legend. Am I a horrible monster? You're not a horrible monster. You're just missing out on one of the best series I've ever done. But, you know, if you want, you don't have to watch it. Right, if these guys are no longer good enough, we may as well bin them off and look to upgrade. Free up the squad spots by getting them out on full wages. I mean, Mauro Bandeira's never really made it here at LLANELLI, even though he has been brilliant for us at home. I mean, this £5 a week is going to make all the difference from letting Stephen Stevens go out on loan. Love a new gen name, Stephen Stevens. And his parents are so awkward. They're like, well, it's not weird because we're Stevens with a PH. He's Stephen with a V. They're entirely different names. It's actually Stephen Stephens, I think you'll find. Sorry, Steve. Steve. Double Steve, as they call you. Stephen Stephens. How does that happen? Pancakes are smaller than crepes. It depends on the size of your frying pan. Well, no, because a crepe is massive, isn't it? A crepe's like this big. A proper crepe. Whereas I've never seen a frying pan big enough to make a crepe, surely. He's got a brother called Stefan. That's brilliant. Reckon he'll destroy TNS this season. I hope so. You never know, though. I just finished King's End Non Legend. Took me a month. You're my side screen entertainment at work. Love that. I am king of the second screen. I've been referred to as that by myself many times in the past. Your dad's favourite YouTuber, king of the second screen, Kevy 5 times. I am accumulating more nicknames than a wrestler, and I like it. What's up with the whole home financial problems? One word, Wearmouth. It's her fault. A sister called Stephanie. Yep. Their family. What is this? I don't want a diamond. Dirty old diamond. Right. He can sort of play on the right hand side of midfield-ish. What was it looking like as a diamond? Have we got anyone who can play as an attacking midfielder? Not really. So we are just going to stick to this and just shoehorn people in as needed. Because the rest of that setup works quite well. We've got Dante Casanova making his debut at right back, with Jedward making his debut at left back. I mean, it's set up quite nicely for a like a 5-3-2. But do I look Spanish to you? We could stick Delcroix in there and stick Collins in there, push these two forward, drop the two wingers completely, and it'd be a really rather nice 5-3-2/3-5-2. Not going to do it though, because, you know, boring defensive nonsense. Guess I live in a bad area for crepes because everyone I've ever had, well, the packets I've bought from the supermarkets are barely big enough to fill a saucer. I wouldn't class that as a crepe. A crepe is when you go to a proper crepe making man or woman and they have the big hot plate and the big thing to spread the batter out, and it's like the size of your head. A proper crepe. Can you put the centre backs on attack? I've tried. It doesn't let you. Unless you play them as liberos. How big is my head? Slightly bigger than a standard hat. Where is my hat? I can't find my hat. If I'm wearing a baseball cap, I have to have it on the one right before the biggest size. They barely fit. I have to usually buy baseball caps, especially in the extra large size, because I've got such a big head. I'm just a big guy, really. It's not just my head. I'm big all over. It's not a crepe, that's a pancake. What? Dun, dun. Paraphrase from Ben the other day. The great thing is we'll get 8 champions from all the streamer showdowns, which is good. Or, of course, we could end up with Kevy 16 times, but that's okay. Yeah, you'll love that. Oh, chaos! Chaos! We've got a penalty! What about a Velcro cap? I don't really do hats very much, really. Dante Casanova! He said you were good but lucky. You make your own luck. We're 1-0 up away from home in Europe. We're going to win the Champions League. Oh, these long throws. These long throws. Oh. We're 2-0 up away from home. We'll hopefully never bother you, but should the playoff loser be barred from the next showdown? No, because what if it's someone really entertaining? Remember, the showdown, and it pains me to say this, is a 5-time winner, because it invalidates my wins slightly. The showdown's not really about who's best at Football Manager. It's about putting on an entertaining show. To talk about it in wrestling context, because it's all I know, we'll do it in like 80s wrestling, because that was the best wrestling everybody knows. If Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan wrestle at WrestleMania and Hulk Hogan beats Andre the Giant, you don't ban Andre the Giant from the next WrestleMania because he lost. You know Andre the Giant is one of your biggest stars and is entertaining, so you book him the next year anyway. And that's how the showdown works. It's not about having the 9 best Football Manager players play each other. It's about having 9 people who are entertaining when playing and bouncing off of each other and put on a good show. So, and let's face it, Ben's always down there and you don't want Ben not in it. What would you do if Posh used today's non-installation flatback 7 in real life? Just moan about it constantly on Twitter until they changed. We wouldn't use it in real life. The fans wouldn't stand for that nonsense. If it was about having the best FM players, Zealand would never compete. Exactly. Kev's the Undertaker of the showdown. Exactly. The streak will be broken at some point. Sooner or later, someone will come along and not just beat me, utterly humiliate me, tear me apart, and it will be so much fun. People will love it. The more I win, the more people will cheer when I lose, which has got to be good for the overall entertainment value. It's the perfect thing for something like this. You have some obnoxious turd who just wins it over and over and over again, so people turn up every time just to see him lose. I mean, it's dream wrestling booking. It couldn't be going any better. Ben's always the favourite, but Ben's never the favourite. He's only the favourite in his own mind. Right, let's I want to get Delcroix on. Delcroix, what a name. Love his name. It's all I need to know. He's called Delcroix. Beautiful name. Everyone's reasonably fit for this stage of the season, which I'm quite pleased with. I want to have a look at Jack Swan. What kind of striker is Jack Swan? A poacher or an advanced forward? So he can come on for... Ugh! I'm tempted to go with a libero for the last 10 minutes of the game. Get Colonel Sanders on playing libero, but I won't. He can just come on in midfield and continue to... He's had a full season of trying to learn to play as a box-to-box midfielder. Do we think he's learned? Shall we have a look in a second? You were the favourite odds-wise last time. I mean, odds-wise, I'm the favourite most times because I usually draft the best squad, so the game recognises that and I'm usually the favourite. So you're the heel of the Streamer Showdown. Effectively, I think I started as a babyface and I turned heel on Manny. That's how the story works in my head. I was a lovable babyface for the first couple of wins, and then it went to my head. I turned heel on Manny and haven't looked back. I mean, you just watch back that final against Clates and how I just talked at him constantly. You're telling me that wasn't heelish? We all knew what I was doing. Kev is the Miz of Football Manager. Yikes. But it'll make you love me even more when I go babyface again. If I can become such a good heel that you cheer me anyway, then you go full rock then, don't you? Hannah's just sent me a picture of horizontally cut bread, and I don't really know why. When's the face turn coming? You'll turn me face when the time comes. It's one of those heel turns. I start out babyface, a few people start moaning, so I go heel, and then I do such a good job of being a heel that you cheer me anyway and force me to turn back. That's the plan. That just reminds me of that Mitchell and Webb scene at Are We the Baddies? Dun, dun. And then in 2 years' time, I'll just be the retired legend who turns up twice a year just for a big pop, but doesn't really do very much anymore. I'll just to put it in full wrestling term, I'll turn up, do a couple of long throws, wave to the crowd, and then let the young'uns carry on playing properly. And that'll be just me doing my little Legends appearance then. If you're not into wrestling, you have no idea what I'm talking about, and I'm sorry. We've just won 5-0 away from home in Europe, by the way. Will I be the Bret Hart when he went anti-America, booed by the lowdown but loved by the people? So basically, New Day or Bryan's heel to face turns in the more recent times. Yeah, exactly. We will check jobs. Still just Flint Town. Not interested. Casanova scores. Casanova scores. Of course he does. Of course he does. Why don't the rest do long throws and set pieces? It's the easiest way to score goals. Because they try, don't they? I mean, Clates... I think I can talk about this because I remember Ben talking about it on his stream. Clates scored more set pieces than I did in the last one. He scored more long throws than I did. What? Oh, no. We've got too many loans. Who's the fourth loan then? Oh, Wolfman. I forgot about Wolfman. That's a bit of a blow. We really need to ship some of this deadwood out then. Coming out like it's Royal Rumble, hits the same finishes, then leaves. Exactly. Brock Lesnar, the Streamer Showdown, the long throws, my German suplexes. Yeah. I love the fact that you've got Clates and Tom who are basically following my blueprint as well. Set up strong defensively, draft quite well, really focus on the set pieces. It's quite cool that some of the up and coming smart ones have noticed there's a winning formula and have tried to emulate it. Long throw city. Oh, now. Have we got anyone who can design me in a real quick turnaround time, in the style of the Brock Lesnar Suplex City shirts, Long Throw City, and I will put that on a t-shirt and I will try and get it ready for the next showdown. I want a Long Throw City shirt to wear for the next showdown. I need someone with some design skills. If you don't know what I'm talking about, so it's the Suplex City t-shirt. So I want something in this style, but Long Throw City. That would be amazing. You can have it on a mug. You can have it on a mask. I just want to sit there in my Long Throw City shirt. Oh. Please, somebody do that for me. I will. If you design the one that I use, I will send you a free copy of the shirt. I'd cancel the friendly between now and the second leg to preserve player fitness. Nah, it'll be all right. We need the fitness. Well, I mean, we're 5-0 up. We need the game time to get ready for the new season. Anna's saying she doesn't feel well. That'll probably be the pancakes. Considering she's gluten and lactose intolerant and had pancakes for tea. It's like the perfect storm. Bum, 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 bum. Why would we want Colonel Sanders the Libero to leave? Cambridge want him. Why would he want to go to... They're League One sides. This is a man who doesn't get in our team. And there's League One sides who are after him. We're not a bad team. How many coaching badges do I have? None, because Wayne won't let me do one. Because he's a big old bully. Smelly old Wayne. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I need to start a faction in the showdown, don't I? I need to take Tom and Clates under my wing. Get them to both go heel as well. We didn't get Kyle John. We could be the NWO of the streamer showdown. Yeah, the Kev World Order. Oh, that'd be amazing. Or we could really swerve everybody and have Ben as the third man. Me and him get to the next final, and he just lies down for me. He's the third man. It's Ben. Dr. Benji's the third man. Oh, the storytelling. At my Hogan Nashor Hall. See, that's the problem, because I'd have to be one of Nashor Hall as one of the founders, but I'm also the 5-time Hulk Hogan style champ. Turning Clates heel would be hard to do. I mean, that's what would make it so brilliant. Hollywood Kev. Bleach my moustache, but leave the rest dark. Oh my word. You've talked wrestling for too long, people are starting to leave. We're not talking wrestling, we're talking Streamer Showdown. Is Nerdphonic going to be the Eric Bishop type character? That would be brilliant. Imagine Matt goes heel as well, but stays hosting the lowdown, but is blatantly pro Kev while everyone else doesn't understand. Oh, this is why I don't get to make the decisions, because I'd have far too much fun with it. This is why there needs to be grown-ups involved to reel my ideas in. Imagine Fraud Dan being in Kev's corner. I mean, maybe he is. He's part of what made me who I am. Him and the lowdown. That's what made me start to get sassy. I was lovable until I had to call out the lowdown. Fraud Dan is where this all began. The bad part is, I think this would be brilliant. Oh, it would be running a very fine line between creating something absolutely amazing and disappearing up our own backsides and going too niche and too meta for everybody. It would be a risk at this stage of everything. It's the sort of thing you do 2 years down the line when people are starting to lose interest. Fraud Dan's the origin story. I mean, Fraud Dan could be built up as the babyface that eventually topples me. I think he would be a good option if it was all fixed, which obviously it's not, but if it was, he'd be a good choice for the person who finally humiliates me. Cancel FM, put all this in Total Extreme Wrestling. I haven't played that for ages. I need to get on that again. I wish someone would buy that franchise and polish it up enough to be able to actually make good content with it and stream it and that kind of thing. It's just not quite there at the moment. I think KFC might object to a competing algorithm acronym. Maybe we find an acronym that fits KFC then. That doesn't. We have to be careful how we use that F. Cambridge are offering me an enormous amount of money for Colonel Sanders the Libero. See, this makes no sense to me now, because this is the kind of money that I don't get offered in home. Let's just see if they'll go crazy and clear our debts. Do you want to clear our debts, Cambridge? How much debt have we got? 75,000. Do you want to clear our debt? No, they don't. Am I doing a 24-hour stream this year? No, I doubt I'll ever do a 24-hour stream again. That's a young man's game. There's not even any reason for me to do it anymore either. We raised $3,500 just doing the streamer showdown. I don't need to put myself through hell to raise decent money for charity anymore. Jay Stall, thank you very much for the sub. Subathon. Again, I mean, we've talked before about fitting subathons in. It's just, I don't see it being something I'm going to fit in anytime soon. We'll try him as a pressing forward. I don't expect that to be where his future lies. But we're 5-0 up. We can experiment a little bit. Who is the heel? Who's the actual threat to topple the champ? As a party. He wishes. He's still on a timeout, isn't he? Banished to the lowdown. There's a Spanish club called Keith Football Club and their badge says KFC on it. Nice. The game doesn't make much sense sometimes. I have the best coaching staff in the Premier League and still new signings want me to improve the coaching staff. That sounds familiar. We call that the Pedri effect. Zealand's the underdog and I can see him doing a huge upset sometime. The thing is it an upset if Zealand wins? He's the tutorial guy and he's already won it before. It's rather than it being an Spanish. Scottish, not Spanish. Did I say Spanish? I would say it's more a surprise that Zealand hasn't won it more than once than it being an upset if he does win. Past winner winning is unlikely to be considered an upset unless it's Timothy because he fluked his, or Manny because he only got to win because I wasn't in it. Didn't Manny win when neither me, Ben or Zealand were in it? So it's like Manny won the second division. He's the one and only second division champion we've got. I think Zealand's the underdog. He bigs himself up too much to be an underdog and is too confident. Yeah, bless him. Zealand is the second seed at this point. I don't know if I'd call him the second seed. I would argue Clates has shown over the last 2 or 3 just how consistent he is. Tom's my apprentice. Yeah, he is. Zealand one with a broken 3-kin tactic. I like that. Right, we're 7-0 up on aggregate. We're just too good for this lot. If we can carry this form through to the... Imagine if we got to the group stage of the Conference League. We'd have money for days. Money for days. Ben and Clates have got so close and have a good... I mean, please rephrase that. Ben doesn't have a good baby face. Ben's nearly 40. Zealand was so sad when he lost to Dr. Benji. I mean, it is a pretty embarrassing thing to do. It's like when you trip on the curb on the way back to your car, losing to Ben. No one ever expects it to happen and you look really dumb when it does. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Bum 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 bum. Right, come on boys. Let's score more goals. More goals. We should probably get Colonel Sanders the libero on. Let him play at centre-back because he's obviously never going to be a midfielder. He's been training there for a year. We play him there regularly and he's still awkward. So he is just insisting that he's going to be a 5'10" centre-back who's only got 7 for tackling. So I guess we just have to let him have what he wants. Fine, you're a midfielder. A defender, sorry. I'm the one who's been trying to make you a midfielder. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, bum. Come on, let's have another one. We're going down to Long Throw City, boys and girls. Oh, ho, 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 ho. You have to play him in his position to retrain him. He's been playing there constantly. He played 25 times in central midfield last season. Admittedly, it was only ever off the bench, but I wasn't going to start him there. But 25 substitute appearances as a central midfielder, you'd think he'd be better than Awkward if he was ever going to be any good at it. So obviously he's never going to be any good at it, which is a bit of a shame. But I guess we just have to start him now somewhere. Bullet Club / LOLLUJO Club would be too sweet. Oh. But if we do a Bullet Club rip-off, then I'm going to have to show up in a FIFA tournament or something. That's LOLLUJO! What's he doing here? He doesn't even work here! Just turn up in a FIFA tournament with the long throws. Well, we're through to the next round of the Europa Conference League. Pancake Day isn't as fun now I don't have a dishwasher. Does it generate a lot of dirty dishes? It created less washing up than a normal dinner for me. You're not having Colonel Sanders. The Libero. Give him his full name. I love Deadpool's version of the song. I might have to get that recorded. If we've got any musical talents, get that recorded so I can play it every time we score one. Oh, we're on the telly. We're on telly. Although we haven't got the little icon next to us. That one was on telly as well, apparently. Oh, we got 1.87k from that game. We're in the black again, boys and girls. It's wonderful stuff. Right, can we squeeze anyone else into this squad? No, so we won't bother. Let's face it, we're not going to be in Europe. We're not in Europe for a long time. We're in Europe for a good time. It'll be fine. And we're probably going to get knocked out by them lot. The problem with asking, Wayne won't even acknowledge me asking now. I can't ask because I asked earlier in the summer to do a training course. Look at all the telly coverage. We're going to get £6,000. £6,000. Imagine what we could spend that on. No, Nathaniel MG. Oh, for God's sake, we're playing TNS again. Oh, no, I thought that was a cup draw. It's not. That's fine. Fed up of playing TNS all the time. I've just seen we're playing them on the first day of the season again. Right. Have we got back within our wage budget? We have. Well within it, actually. So we could probably take another round of trialists in. In fact, we should probably focus on the positions we actually need to strengthen. Which is the wide players. So let's have a look at this lot. These are all old men. Have all the good youngsters gone? We might have to see if they've got some proper wingers and force them to play a little bit deeper. Because we need something in the way of wide players as a matter of urgency. And then we're pretty much done when it comes to having a good enough squad. I think it's only really those wide areas that need fixing. And then we should win the league. Shall we have a look? See, we're favourites. We are odds-on favourites to win the league. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the Dream 11 now. There's really no excuses now. We should be winning the league this year. Oh, no pressure. No pressure or anything. Just, got to win the league. Yeah, we were favourites last year, but this year we're strong favourites. And last year, although we were favourites, we only had one player in the Dream 11. This year, we're odds-on favourites and have more than half of the Dream 11. So we've got most of the best players in the league as well. Yes, we're still semi-pro. When will I leave? I mean, Charlie, you've been here all night. You know there's not been a job. So I'm not just going to resign and there not be a job to go to. So I'll leave when there's a job to go and do. That's the only answer there is, really. It's kind of out of my control. Right, we get the third qualifying round draw before we've even played the second. So this will be interesting to see what we're playing for. I think there's still another round after this as well. So the chances of us getting to the group stage are pretty slim. You never know. The form we're in. Right, so if we win, we'll be at home against Ararat Armenia, who are the team we knocked out last year, or TSV Hartberg, who are in Austria. I mean, we know we're better than them because we knocked them out last year. It's just, are we as good as this slot? If you win the next round, that might be enough money to convince Wayne to let you go fully pro. That would be nice. When you win this next stream showdown, you should knight yourself as Cirque Heavy 6 times. Maybe. Is that another friendly that's been snuck in just before? We should probably cancel that one. That is a little bit too close. Oh, we can't cancel it. What? Is it too late to cancel it? Oh, because it's the day of. Oh, niblets. Oh, that's a good point. I haven't looked at the new trial list. Good job you're here, Mike. This is what we're paying you for. Right, Daniel Armstrong is a left midfielder. Odie Alpha. I want someone younger than that, really, who's got the potential to get better. If they're not going to be great. Harry Forster. We've signed him at some point recently. I recognise that name. Let's sign him. Fringe player. A fringe player. Amateur. So that means we can do him for a £5, can we? Outstanding. Ryan Shabazz. This is the kind of player we're after. Get rid of these signing on fees and all this nonsense. And maybe we'll get this guy as well to cover both sides. And we'll just sign all of the wide players. Another one who wants to be an amateur. Why would you want to be an amateur? Come and take your £5. Say thank you on your way out. Right, I think this squad is just about there. Do we sign him for a little bit of experience? I mean, he's been in the championship recently. I mean, if we can get him, it's an incredible signing. Just because of the experience that he brings. Hey. Okay. This is looking promising. And we'd still have like £500 left in the wage budget to go after someone else if we need to. Sam Clucas has played in both the Lincolnshire League and the Premier League. Nice. And potentially the Welsh Premier League as well. The pinnacle of all of them. Arjen Robben is coaching Barry in my Welsh save. What, Barry from EastEnders? To do what? Play football? What a lovely bit of piano this is. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, get out of here, Wayne. Wayne leaving would be perfect around about now. Then I might actually get to do some coaching badges. Wayne's holding me back. Right, can we squeeze another player in? It's a shame we've not got Clucas in time. But we'll be fine. We'll have him in for the league. Are we fresh for the league? Shock! It's not that much of a shock. We left him out for the last round as well. Right, get these boys out on loan. Come on, be off with you. We've got new players coming in for a £5 a week now. We can't afford all these fivers. Not many cash machines do fivers these days. I don't want to have to keep... You'll have to be paid every 2 weeks if you want cash. Right, come along then. So this... Can he play in that role? Actually, he can. That might work, having them that way round. Why weren't we using them that way round before? Poor old Martel Taylor-Crossdale having to drop down to the bench. He's a little bit hard done by. But I'm sure we'll cope. Right, come on then. Big European test for us again tonight. If we're serious about making some money, this is the kind of match where we need to cause an upset. And it would be beautiful if we could. I took £50 out of an ATM once and got all fivers. Very odd, not complaining. That is mad. I get £50 in fivers. You feel proper loaded. That big pile of money. Look at all my money. Look at all my fivers. I don't remember the last time I got £50 of cash out of the cash machine. I don't know that I've touched cash in a year. It's not a great start to the game, is it? Certainly since lockdown started like a year ago, I don't remember touching any cash. Wonder if I'll ever touch cash again. There's an answer for the chat. When's the last time you touched cash? I generally only deal in cash. I mean, Nick, that doesn't surprise anybody. And by cash, I presume you mean shiny rocks. Oh, I'm vibrating again. So we're not getting any further in Europe. Probably not. But we gave it a good go. The only time I touched cash since March was when I got my hair cut in October. Yeah, I genuinely think it's probably about a year since I touched cash. Probably longer. Because all we really did in the early part of last year, we went down to London, so there would have been no reason to use cash in London, because London isn't in the dark ages, and you can use phone or contactless everywhere. So there's no reason at all to have cash in London. I can't... It could be as long as a couple of years since I've touched any cash. Oh, it's back on, boys and girls. The Swan has scored. Anna's sending me texts about something. I don't know what it is. Come on, let's get back into this. My Chinese only takes cash. Yikes. Where's your Chinese? 1980? Weirdly, around here, there's no Chinese's on Just Eat. But if you go on to, I think it's Food Hub, it's basically just Chinese. It's really odd. Like, if you want a curry or pizza or anything like that, you go to Just Eat. If you want Chinese, you have to go to Food Hub. And then all the Chinese is on there. Really weird. Right, come on, boys. Let's get back into this. Oh, it's Longthrow City. No, didn't work. Oh, it might do, though. The Swan was in again. Right. Let's get... Why have we not paused? Let's get Taylor Crossdale on. Let's get Stirk on. Who else could come on and change the game? Colonel Sanders? Probably not. I'm getting him on anyway. Let's get the Colonel. Colonel Sanders, the libero, is coming on in midfield. An equaliser now would be spectacular. Strangely enough, I have cash in my wallet now. God, it genuinely is multiple years since I've had cash in my wallet. Right, come on, let's have an equaliser. Oh, here it comes. Here comes the equaliser. Oh, it's the crossbar. I haven't even seen my wallet since lockdown. My wallet is still firmly in my pocket. Not that I need it for anything now, because I just use my phone or my watch to pay for everything. Swan looks very promising. He's very lively. I carry at minimum $15 in cash at all times. I genuinely have no reason to have any cash with me ever. Your watch? Yeah, Apple Pay on my watch. That's how I pay for most things. I don't know that we're necessarily completely out of this tie yet. James Bond business. I mean, Apple Pay has been in watches for like 5-6 years. It's not a new thing. Right, we're 2-1 down. We're not out, but we've made it hard for ourselves. Yeah, the only time I ever use my card now is if I'm buying diesel, because there's still like is it a £40 limit for contactless? Cash is far more secure than Apple Pay or contactless with card. Absolute poppycock. Of course it's not. Bum, 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 bum. You explain to me how cash is more secure than Apple Pay, and I'll explain to you why you're wrong. Silver dollars sewn into the lining of my tux. Nice. Can't hack a piece of paper, but you can literally just take it. If you get hacked, Grandad, if you get hacked, you just get your money back. It's all insured. There's no danger. Speaking as someone with a computer science degree who spent 10 years working as a financial advisor, it's literally where my two worlds collide. There's no reason not to use contactless. Not in the US. Yeah, US banking is weird. I learned the other day that apparently internet banking isn't a thing in the US. Is that true? I need clarification on that. I can't imagine a world where we've had internet banking for 20 years. It is a thing. Okay, that makes more sense then. That's not true. That's all right then. You can bank online. It is a thing. That's all right then. The thing I was reading might have been out of date. Was no contactless in Orlando last year. Yeeks. They barely have chip and pin. Well. Perhaps it wasn't internet. Open API on banking. Do you have that? In America? So you can have all your internet banks linked up to whatever you use to do your budget tracking and stuff? Swipe is still a thing, and some places have checks. My word. I don't remember the last time I saw a check. I certainly haven't owned a checkbook for at least 15 years. And I haven't signed a bank card for just as long. Because I know it's never getting swiped and no one's ever looking. The US is very strange. They have drive-through banks, whereas in the UK we don't. I mean, I don't really understand why we even have bank branches in the UK anymore. I bank with a bank that doesn't have any branches. And I've never felt that it was a disadvantage not having a bank branch. All of my banking is done through the app on my phone for my bank that doesn't have a physical location. I saw check in a Chelsea kit once or twice. Brilliant. Yeah, that's probably the most recent check I saw too. But I don't know what I'd do with a check if I was given one. Say, what is this? Give me something that's useful. Deposit it. Yeah, but I wouldn't have a way to deposit it, would I? I don't even know. I don't think I'll ever need to know. I can't imagine I'll ever be given a check. I've never in my life seen a check. Good. There's no reason for you to have seen one. My phone can do it, can it? Brilliant. Now I kind of want a check if I can do it on my phone. If there are people earning their money working in a branch, well, they should get a different job then. Because their job is quickly becoming obsolete. They should move with the times and get a different job. I used to work in a bank branch and moved on. Because it was obviously a job that was going to get replaced by technology. Best thing about checks is the massive one they roll out for winning things. Yes. Apple Pay doesn't have a limit. Some places like Tesco choose to put a limit in their stores. Is that so? That's interesting. Old people still need to have face-to-face for some reason. I think that's some old people. I mean, my dad is old. He does all of his banking online and has done for years. We're not getting into the politics of just politics. It's politics. I carry a checkbook. Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? I swear you're just playing with me. You're a meme. Oh dear. Can we all please acknowledge it's about check? No, yeah, it's a very good point. Isn't there a whole country of checks? Apparently so. I wonder if they still use checks. Do the checks use checks? That's what we need to find out. Have we got any checks in to tell us about checks? Right. Can we turn this ship around? I am checking if checks use checks. That's exactly what I'm checking. Just thought I'd check. Right, come on. Let's turn this ship around. Because we know we can get through the next round of this, looking at the teams we've got waiting for us. This is a tougher tie than what they're going to get in the next round when they beat us. Oh, Longthrow City. What about people like my uncle-in-law? His house is old, his house is that old, it hasn't got the capability to have the internet or a phone line. Surely you can just have it installed, unless it's like completely in the middle of nowhere, in which case I was just moving. I'm not putting the song on in case they copyright strike me again. They don't like it on the YouTube replays, so I have to leave the song off. It's very sad. Oh, 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 oh! Oh, the crossbar! The song is Epidemic Sound, but I don't... my Epidemic Sound isn't officially licensed to LOLLUJO Live. So until I can sort out all that, it's just easier not to use it. I also haven't fully checked, because my Epidemic Sound license comes through my YouTube network, which covers my two main YouTube channels. I don't actually know completely legally if I have the licenses to use Epidemic Sound stuff on Twitch, or whether it's just for the stuff that's linked to the account that it was set up through. So I need to check that. Because it might be, it's a little bit of an iffy grey area. So for now, I'll use the one I know I've definitely got the licenses to, which is Streambeats. Sing the song. I could sing the song. Come on, let's have a cheeky couple of goals. I do feel a little bit hard done by. I think we're actually playing quite well again. And on another day, that penalty doesn't go against us. A couple of times when we've hit the woodwork, they go in, and it's a different story. It might still be a different story. The Swan has scored. There's a smart meter. What's a smart meter? Oh, is that the electricity thing? How does that work with no internet? I don't see how that can possibly work with no internet. Annie, thank you for the bits. Right, if we can score again without reply, we're through. Oh my goodness, it's close. Come on, boys and girls. Can we find another goal from somewhere? Let's get on. Let's get Stirk on. Let's get Colonel Sanders the Libero on. And let's have more. Let's encourage them, because I don't want to demand more, because we're not supposed to win this game. But goodness me, will it be fun if we do. At what point does away goals kick in? Do we get extra time? Or does it just all end? Oh, could we, if we score here? Oh, the crowd will go wild. The Swan is in. Oh. Oh, come on. Jedward trying to get it forward again. Oh! Oh. Come on, let's have some more now for the last 5 minutes. More! Look at how much better we've been today. We don't deserve to be knocked out here. Oh, I thought we were getting extra time, but it said full time. We've been knocked out on away goals. We are getting there. Another year or two, we'll be in that group stage. Unless we get tempted away from the club. Feel pretty sad about that. But we've got a nice, healthy bank balance now. And now we can test ourselves again when we face TNS on the first day of the season. Hopefully we'll win the league and it'll all be okay. That's Europe done with for another year. That prize can pay for about 10 weeks of wages. Exactly. It's important. It's a big pile of cash. Go to try and get a job. I mean, Charlie, I don't know if it's that you don't get how it works or that you're not really paying attention to the stream. Because you've been here all night. You've seen me apply for the only jobs that are really good. And there's no jobs now. So, I'm not sure what you mean. Am I actively going to look for a new job or am I going to wait? I've been actively looking since the first season, but no one's interested in giving me one. Maybe a league win will convince Wayne to let me do a coaching course. I'm hoping so. I'm kind of hoping that Wayne gets moved on. If we can do a coaching course and turn professional, and then next year maybe get into the group stages of the Conference League or something, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm thinking, maybe we don't leave. Maybe we just stick around. See if we can get them into the Champions League one day. It becomes a building a nation. Can't you just get rid of Wayne? I mean, that's not how... I mean, lots of people have probably wanted to get rid of their boss over the years. It's generally not something you can just do. I don't see a Welsh team not named TNS getting to a European group stage. I mean, we were an away goal away from being very, very close just then. We're building something here. We are making progress every year. And as long as we're making progress every year, I'm pretty comfortable at the moment. I'm not desperate to leave. If it gets to the point where it feels like we're just treading water and nothing's really moving forward, then, yeah, we'll review. And if we really can't find another job at that point, we'll perhaps just bin it off and start a new save. But for now, I don't feel the need to force it because I think we're doing all right. With enough time, you can get any team in FM into the group stages in Europe. Exactly. Were you sad you didn't get the Greek job in Apollon? Not sad so much as frustrated because it kind of spoiled what I was trying to do with that series. Is Collins going to be playing, do you think? Probably, maybe. He's not played yet. We'll just leave things as they are. It'll be fine. I mean, until I can get on a coaching course, there's no chance of me leaving anyway. So, oh, good. I mean, that's handy, isn't it? This is why I don't handle old men. You bring an old man in and immediately, old man injury. What is it? Arthritis? Oh, hamstring hamstring train. That's a thing. We're never going to see this man play a game of football. I'm calling it now. He will never play a football match for us. We're paying him all that money. Let's at least make sure he's doing some mentoring. Is he in one of these mentoring groups? Yes, he is. That's all right then. Bum, 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 bum. What are the restrictions like in Wales? What do you mean restrictions? What, as in like work permit stuff? Because they're the same as England. Cambridge really want Colonel Sanders. My price has gone up. Extra 100,000 before, now I want 125. They had their chance to get in for 100 and they blew it. They can have him for that though. I think he's unhappy. Yeah. Doesn't really play, so he can go. Yeah, it's the same work permit rules as England. So it's just, it's weird. It's kind of like managing in like the Conference North in England, but you get the European run as well. It's weird. Have I actually made a libero work, or is it just a daft title you've given him? Neither. He thinks he's a libero. We know he's not. But in fact, he's now decided he's a no-nonsense centre-back. When he signed, his main role was as a libero. But now he could actually get into the team as a centre-back, probably. Harry Forster's gone down well, then. If I'm immediately being told to loan him out. Oh, God. He is well down these pecking orders. He's been a bit of a flop, hasn't he? Yeah, we may as well just get him out of here. Get him out of the way. Oh, he's only on a £5 a week. It doesn't matter. I forgot we got him in on a £5. Brilliant. Doesn't matter at all then. Not with 7 tackling, he's not a centre-back. See, what you're doing, you're making that mistake again. You're looking at those little numbers again, aren't you? See, this is interesting, that there's League 2 clubs. This is the progress we're making. League 2 clubs interested in taking him on loan. A player who can't get in our team. Yeah, don't believe everything the attributes tell you. If he plays well in that position, he's a centre-back. Kev needs to look more at attributes. I mean, you say that, and I say in response, and would you look at my comments section on YouTube every day? It's just people moaning that I win all the time and the game is too easy. Unless your argument is I would be worse at the game by looking at attributes and it would make it more challenging, it doesn't make any sense. Because literally the thing people moan about most is that I win too much and that I'm too good at the game. So please don't give me tips to make it even easier. Right. This is going to be the last game of the stream. We'll save the TNS opening game of the league season for tomorrow. We'll see how Forster is. We might not loan him out if he actually looks good. Because it might be that the coaches are misjudging him. You're not winning too much at Arsenal, that's for sure. I mean, you say that, but we won the FA Cup. We had a 30-match unbeaten run. We won the Europa League. Feels like we're probably doing okay for a team that were in 19th place less than a year ago. We had a bit of an iffy start to the season, but I still think we'll be fine. And this is just me speculating because I'm not way ahead on the videos at the moment, so it's not like I'm sat here knowing that I've won the league. And again, with home, we've had, is it 5 consecutive promotions and we're still in a promotion hunt? So again, I think we're doing all right. Plus the Charity Shield and the European Super Cup with Arsenal. Yeah, exactly. We didn't get through in Europe, no. Very sad. But yeah, if I'm losing the whole Football Manager's too easy thing, that's good. I'd like a couple of rough seasons so people stop saying that, because my big worry is people will think it's too easy, just expect me to win all the time and lose interest. So I'm quite enjoying having a season where we're struggling a little bit, because it shows people that we're not just going to automatically win everything all the time, which has got to be a good thing. That's really terrible goalkeeping. Oh dear. That's really bad goalkeeping. Have I been relegated before? Like once or twice. I think we've been relegated on Twitch with LOLLUJO FC a few years ago. Weren't we relegated with Nuneaton a few years ago as well, maybe? It was fun watching you flap over losing to Ajax and Peterborough earlier. I mean, that was just one of those days. Am I providing that thing called narrative? Not deliberately, but I'm not sad that it's happening. Oh, of course, the Isle of Man as well. Tor, yeah. Yeah, so there's been a few relegations over the years. Yeah, I've even been relegated on FM21 with Isle of Man. So, it's possible. We need to make a decision about Forster tomorrow. Because maybe we won't loan him out. Oh, lovely header. Because Forster has been good for me in previous saves. I'm surprised to see my coaches don't really seem to rate him. But if he plays well, we'll just ignore them and use him anyway. Oh, Dante Casanova. What's he got up his sleeve? Come on, Casanova. Top corner. Oh, he's at the post. Oh. He is the right-hand side. We don't need a winger. We've got Dante Casanova. I now know that to beat Kev, I should break him with a 3-2-3-1-1 on defensive mentality. I mean, what? Can't even picture. I hate these modern... These. I mean, we're reversing roles here. This weird modern way of describing formations. I'm trying to work out what you're actually describing there. Is that like a 5-3-2? A 3-2-3-1-1? That's not a description of a football formation. Kev is the anti-Proudy. Proudy lives for relegation. Kev lives to annoy people by making the game harder and winning. It's Harry Forster, I think. Three centre-backs, 2 DMs, 3 midfielders, an attacking midfielder and a striker. So, like a 3-5-2 then, basically. Yeah. It's like when people just... one of my pet peeves... And I can't remember who it was on the lowdown when I was watching the lowdown back. Someone did it, and I just wanted to reach through my screen and peanut their silly tie. Someone described a diamond as a 4-1-2-1-2, and I just wanted to. Oh my god! What are you saying? 4-1-2-1-2? What is actually coming out of your mouth? You're describing a diamond. Please stop talking like a FIFA player. FIFA has ruined people. 4-1-2-1-2 indeed. Oh. It's a 4-1-2-1-2 on FIFA, and that's the only place it's a 4-1-2-1-2. Everywhere else in the world, it's a diamond. Oh, FIFA monsters. I play a new formation, it's called 11. Yeah, 4-4-2 diamond is fine. I probably wouldn't even bother saying the 4-4-2. I think it's pretty unusual to do a diamond with any other. I mean, I guess you could do like a 3 at the back, 3 up front, diamond, weird monstrosity, but it's so unusual to attempt that I think you're probably pretty safe just calling it a diamond and people know what you mean. But 4-1-2-1-2, I just wanted to... Oh... I've never heard anything so absurd. Dun, 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 dun. Have you seen the amount of chances we've had in this game, by the way? We are making hard work of this. I switched from FIFA to FM during lockdown. Best decision of my life. Congratulations. You ascended to greatness. We've had 19 shots on target, but an XG of only 1.83. Where have we been shooting from? $38 shots now. My goodness me. Their goalkeeper's on a 7.7. I'm not surprised. He's been absolutely bombarded with shots for the entire game. He's done well to keep him in it. Right, we are through to the next round of the Nathaniel MG Cup. It's the big one. It's the one we haven't won. This year, we want to win the Nathaniel MG Cup and the league. And then we'll have a clean sweep of everything you can win in Wales. And I will declare myself the King of Wales. Beautiful. Right, who are we going to raid? Who are we going to raid? Let's see who's on. Tomorrow night, I know I said I'd be starting at 8 p.m. all week, but I think I'm probably going to start at 7 again tomorrow. My recommendation would be keep an eye on Twitter, because then you'll know for sure, but I think 7 should probably be doable tomorrow. If not, it'll be 7:30, 8-ish. Your best bet, as ever, just keep an eye on Twitter. Right, we're going to raid Fraud Dan. And you can ask him if it's a diamond or a 41212. It was, I mean, if he says 41212, I'll be furious. See you back here tomorrow night, boys and girls, 7 p.m, bright and breezy. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye now.